Hey, we outside. Yeah, we out. Yeah, we out. Looking at the view from the top. Get into the bed, don't stop. Get into the bed, don't stop. Better catch up, cause we out.
Look, I ain't skating through unless they talking 8 figures. Said I dream too big, about to do it way bigger. I'm the boss when I walk through, straighten up and sit up. I ain't never had to tell them, but they know that I'm that. Finish that. So many wins, I had to go ahead and bring it back. I let you my sons go ahead and get the Similac. Yes, word when I'm pulling in. I ain't asking for the spot, I tell them better give me that. Taking no losses, can't start now. You know it's about to go up when I touch down. And if they didn't know before, they gonna know now. That I leave a murder scene when I come round. In other words, you know that we about to kill it. I ain't for the talking, I said it, you know I did it. I'm putting on the show, the world is about to feel it. I know they getting scared when I tell them that.
We outside. Yeah, we out. Yeah, we out. Looking at the view from the top. Get into the bed, don't stop. Get into the bed, don't stop. Better catch up, cause we outside.
Playing with me, know you playing yourself. If I got a game, I'm gon' bet on myself. Got it on my own, never needed your help. When you see me at the top, know I did it myself. You know we outside till the lights come on. About to make it to the top, it won't take this long. You know I'm blacking out, but I'm in my zone. They take beat money when they call my phone. Whoa, don't need your money, just give me respect. Told you before this, you know I'm a threat. I ain't letting up, I got my foot on their neck. Yeah. In other words, you know that we about to kill it. I ain't for the talking, I said it, you know I did it. I'm putting on the show, the world is about to feel it. I know they getting scared when I tell them that.
We outside. Yeah, we out. Yeah, we out. Looking at the view from the top. Get into the bed, don't stop. Get into the bed, don't stop.
Wait, put it away.
Cause you don't hustle, I came from the bottom of my way. Yeah, you done it so many times, now you know we well. Making a move, this is the life that I choose. What else do I gotta lose? Thinking I'm walking my shoes. No.
What is going on, everybody? We have breaking news as the New York Yankees make their first big move of the trade deadline, as Jazz Chisholm is indeed a New York Yankee. This deal is finished. Unfortunately, it's a little bittersweet for me because we've become pretty close with one of the main guys that the New York Yankees have traded today, and that is one of my favorite New York Yankee prospects in the name of Augustin Ramirez. I do not know who else is in this deal, but we have reported for a while now that the Marlins obviously are going to be interested in the Goose. I was just talking about this yesterday, that his name has come up a lot when it comes to the Marlins, and here you go, you have the deal, because here's the situation. Rachel Balkovic is over there now in player development. She knows the Yankee system. This felt like the most logical trade, and of course, a Goose is the guy that goes in it. Now, we don't know. We were hearing for a little while that Nardi could be involved in this deal. I don't think we have anything like that yet, but at the end of the day, we do know Augustin Ramirez is in this trade. So the Yankees lose their top catching prospect. A little upset by it. I'm waiting to see if we figure out what the whole deal is. As of right now, here's all we got from John Heyman is saying he's confirming now that Augustin Ramirez is in that deal. I don't see anything else yet from anybody else of what the full deal is, but it looks like it's a Goose with two others going to the Marlins. I am a little surprised, to be honest, that the New York Yankees have not added another reliever in this deal, because I know they like Nardi, I know they like Tanner Scott, but I think this is a straight up deal for Jazz Chisholm. And I'll be honest with you, 3 prospects, including Augustin Ramirez, who's a top 5, for one guy in Jazz Chisholm, I'll be honest with you, it's a little surprising to me that they're not getting a reliever back in this deal also. But let me keep seeing what updates we get here. So this is from Max Goodman. He's saying, where is he going to play? Gleyber has been heating up at second base. Jazz has never played third base. What do you think? Yankees need a spark? I got a feeling Gleyber Torres is going to be moved. I kind of felt that way for a little while, so that's just a guess on my part. I got no evidence of that. Augustin Ramirez, again, is in the deal. The 22-year-old catcher, he's probably going to be up with the Marlins really quick. So my only message to Goose, and I went live already before I reached out to him, but I am going to reach out to him after this. And honestly, at the end of the day, this is the best thing possible. This was probably the best thing that could happen to Goose's career. And I hate saying that, but it's true. I mean, it is certainly true. Probably the best thing that could happen to Goose is that he got moved. I hate saying it, but he's probably going to have a chance to be the regular catcher for Miami really quickly. So that's a good thing. What does it mean for the Yankees? We don't know right now. I'll be honest. I am a little surprised they're not getting a reliever back. 3 prospects for Jazz alone. I get it. I kind of understand it, but it is a little bit off in my opinion. It's a little bit off. But we'll see if there is additional movement in this deal. But there you see Jazz Chisholm's numbers on the year. He's hitting .249, a .323 on base percentage, a .407 slugging, and a .730 OPS. So yes, are these the sexiest numbers in planet Earth? No, they're not. But there was a lot of things the Yankees like about Jazz Chisholm. He's athletic. He could play the outfield. They're not concerned about putting him back in the infield, but it is going to be interesting to see what the Yankees are going to do with Jazz Chisholm. Where is he going to play? Never played third base. Gleyber Torres, I don't want him on the left side of the infield. So my assumption here is that maybe Jazz moves to left field. What's going on with Jason Dominguez? He's healthy. He should be up in a week or so. The Yankees should rush. Once Dominguez proves, hey, look, I've been healthy for a couple of games, I'm sorry. Jason Dominguez should be in the major leagues. But let's just say, for an example, because it's hard to talk about this deal right now because we don't know where the hell the guy's playing. So it really depends on who is he taking over for. Gleyber Torres has been really good over his last 7. Is he going to play second base, which is the only infield position he's really played? Are the Yankees closing in on a deal to move Gleyber Torres? Let's see. This could give us something here. This could give us something. The Yankees just released their lineup. Let's see if somebody's missing. Verdugo's in at right field. Soto in left. Same thing. Gleyber Torres is at second base. No DJ LeMahieu again tonight, which is good. But Gleyber Torres is in the lineup. So if I felt like Gleyber Torres was going to be moved and pretty quick, I thought Gleyber Torres wouldn't be in the lineup today. So I don't know what they're going to do with Jazz Chisholm. I really don't. Do you guys have an idea? What do you guys think is going to happen? I'm not sure, but that's a cool little, this is from Baseball Today. It's a cool little jersey swap right there for Jazz Chisholm. That's pretty interesting. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me reach out here. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I'll be honest though, man. I am actually really surprised here that they haven't, that's all they got. I really am. It's a little shocking to me. And again, I don't know the rest of the deal. Augustin Ramirez is a lot. They did give up Augustin Ramirez. Yes, Vinny. So Agus is gone. That to me is a bit upsetting, but I don't know what the move is going to be here. I am a little surprised that we're not getting Andrew Nardi back. I thought Nardi was going to be the guy to be attached with Chisholm. Yankees get no reliever, just Chisholm straight up. Predominantly has played second base. And, you know, I'm pretty sure he's happy to be here. But nothing new right now. Let me see if we can get, let me see if Dane's available. Give me a second, guys. We're gonna get Dane in here also. To Dane's credit, me and him have been talking about this deal the last couple of days. And the deal is done. So I'm gonna see if I could get Dane in here real quick. To discuss a little bit of this with us, folks. So stay with us. We're not going anywhere. We have everything covered for you guys. We are definitely waiting for the full deal to take effect. Let me just send this over to Dane real quick so we can get him in here. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Guys, again, if you guys got any questions, I am here to talk with you guys. So whatever you all want to continue to discuss, we'll discuss. Donald, what's up, brother? Lou, what's going on, everybody? Look, he adds speed to the lineup. We know that. Is this some, unbelievable move? Is this some amazing get? Oh, my God. Is this just an unreal type of move? No, not necessarily, but it does make the Yankees lineup a little better, but it's hard for me to discuss this overall now without knowing where he's going to play. I think that's the big thing. Where is Jazz Chisholm going to play? That, to me, is the question that we all got to wait now to be answered. I have no idea yet where he's expected to play. Gleyber Torres is in the lineup today, which I think is kind of weird because I feel like Gleyber Torres should be moved. Jazz Chisholm has never played third base. I don't expect him to play over there. I don't expect the Yankees to move Gleyber Torres to third. I think that would be a terrible idea. We've already seen Gleyber on the left side of the infield. I don't know. David with the super chat.
Thank you for being a friend.
David says, I like it. He's a lefty and he has personality, something we could use. Gleyber could be moved, still have time. We need more relievers. That's why I'm really shocked that the deal is only Jazz Chisholm, because me and Dane have been hearing a lot of stuff about Chisholm and Tanner Scott or Chisholm and Andrew Nardi. So the fact that they didn't get none of that is kind of strange to me. I just wonder if there's a player out there the Yankees can now flip Gleyber for a third baseman. A lot of you guys have talked about Matt Chapman. What about a Matt Chapman for a Gleyber Torres? I don't know. I'm pulling shit out of my ass right now. Yeah, Daniel Cunningham, Matt Chapman. What about something like that? A Matt Chapman for Gleyber Torres. Who else is available out there? Maybe the Yankees go out there and they get a Luis Rengifo to play third base. And like the video I made a couple of days ago, maybe the Yankees feel the best case scenario is to really just flip the infield a little bit and mix it up some. We got a couple of super chats here. My guy, Vinny, if he's playing second, that means Gleyber is maybe gone. But Gleyber's in the lineup tonight, so there's nothing close. But also that means probably no India, I'm guessing. I don't know what to make of it unless Jazz plays third. And let's remember something really quickly. The Yankees just gave up a really, really big piece. They gave up one of their top 5 prospects in this deal, in Augustin Ramirez. I mean, I love a goose. I'm going to message him in any second right now because he's become close with the NYU team. And it's the best move probably for his career. But for us looking at this in our perspective of the Yankees, we know Austin Wells is likely the future at catcher. We see the way he's playing now. These are all good signs. But at the end of the day, this kind of limits the Yankees to maybe making some larger deals unless they trade Spencer Jones. So we're going to see what the Yankees do there. My guy, Max, I like it. We are thinking this is to open up to other trade possibilities. Jazz or somebody gets moved. I think it's a flip trade. I don't think Jazz is going to get moved, but yeah, I could definitely see Gleyber being traded. And that's a good way to shake shit up. I mean, if you want to shake things up, and yes, he does. Jazz Chisholm has 3 years of control. Paredes is now not possible. The Rays want catching. Well, the Rays also really like Roderick Arias and George Lombard. We have been told that for weeks now. So it wouldn't shock me if the Yankees still pull off a trade with the Rays. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. Vladdy says maybe they wanted to see the packages of other teams before they traded Jazz, so the Yankees didn't want to miss out. DJ Steele says Goose for Chisholm. I don't know, man. They could have added an arm. That's my only kind of shock value to this because I'm waiting for Dane to get in here, but we're going to bring Dane in here momentarily because me and Dane have both been hearing the same exact things. We've kind of been going over this and it's been some of the same conversation, so to say. And one of the big things that we were continued to be told was that Chisholm would be probably attached with Andrew Nardi or Tanner Scott. As of right now, from what we know, it looks like it is just a straight deal, and that's it. I'm still waiting on the other two names. I am working on some of those. Hold on 1 second. So we're waiting to get Dane in here now as we find out more, but this is going to be really, really intriguing to see what happens here. Jazz position with the Yankees to be determined. Could be combination of infield and outfield. Greater need is on the dirt. That is from John Heyman. So John Heyman is correct. He's saying a greater need for him is on the infield. I just wonder exactly where that's going to be and how they're going to do that. Let me see if I actually... You never know how it plays out, James Rosen said when asked about reported concerns over Jazz Chisholm's personality. Marcus Stroman is a perfect example. You get to meet someone, then you see everything through their own lens. So let me just explain this really quickly before anybody comes on. You guys heard me report that I have personally been told there's been a lot of issues with Jazz Chisholm in his clubhouse. One of the biggest issues was Nico says infield/outfield mix my ass. Jason is our center fielder. Exactly. I don't like the idea of that. But I have personally been told that a lot of people on the Marlins consider Jazz Chisholm to be not a team guy. He's very self-orientated, very me, tries to be a bit too flashy and blah, blah, blah. I don't like all of that, but Francis brought up a really good point. He said at the end of the day, a lot of that shit could change when you come to a team like the Yankees. Not saying the Yankees are some great club. We know they've been ass for a while now. But what we're trying to say there is when you got some other veterans around you, it makes it a little tough, right? It makes it a little tough. And we still don't know the other two names. We just know that Augustine Ramirez is the one that is centering that deal, as we are now getting the one, the only great Dane Huber in here. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me make sure all this is set up. Dane, give me one moment. Let me get you fixed up in here. And we will be good to go. So 1 second, Dane. Hold on. Guys, hang tight with us. Let me get Dane set up here. Give me 1 second, folks. And we'll be good to go. Over here. Dang, what's the matter? You seem like you're sweating over there. You been working the phones for us?
Yeah, a little bit.
1 second, let me get you over here. All right, cool. I think we're good with Dane. Let me move that up, and I'll switch on over. All right, guys, let's get the great Dane Huber over here. There he is, that handsome son of a bitch.
What up?
Oh,
What's
you
going?
handsome son of a bitch. Dane, I already reached out to a goose. Very, little bit upsetting.
That is. It's really sad. It was unfortunate, but we knew that going into this trade deadline that he was their number one trade chip with the emergence of Inglis, Urena, and Eglin Perez. So,
yeah. And then we also knew too that we've been talking about this for a couple of days now. That obviously the Marlins would want him. I mean, he was probably there. He was. I assume if they had a board out there of teams,
he was number one.
Yeah, he had to be like one of the number one guys up there. That they would want, because that system has no catching whatsoever. And
none.
My only message to a goose was simply, this is probably the best thing for your career. And I hate saying that, but it is. There's a chance he may be up almost immediately as their regular catcher.
He should be.
Yeah,
I mean, he tore through AA, and he's scuffled a little bit at AAA, but as we know, AAA isn't the real test. AA is. So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for him. He's going to get to go grow with a young team. I'm just curious what the other pieces in the deal are.
That's what I'm waiting for. But Dane, the big question right now that everybody wants to know, and everybody is kind of just sitting around waiting to find out, is where does he play?
Second base.
Assume, right? Don't you got to assume second base?
Yeah. Gleyber Torres is going to go.
That's what I was thinking. Gleyber Torres in the lineup tonight, which isn't crazy because they could still be working on things and nothing is close. But John Heyman mentioned maybe infield, outfield. That's a no for me. If the Yankees are going to win anything this year, we know that Jason Dominguez has to be in that lineup. And
he looked solid last night.
Yeah, he's looking like himself again. And let's be real here. The Yankees are very overprotective. So if Jason Dominguez wasn't fully healthy, he wouldn't be back this quick.
No, he would not.
Yeah, he's been back extremely fast. Let me see. We have another super chat here that I want to get to. And guys, Dane, I don't know how long you can stay on, but
as long as you need me.
Yeah, man, we are basically available. We're here, guys. So we're gonna run this through with you all. Victor says we need pitchers. Let me ask you that, Dane. As DJ Steels all says, the Yankees prove they believe in diversity. Really? that proves it. Not all the other guys. They got that one proves it. I love you, Steels. Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Why is there not a lefty reliever in this deal?
They tried. They made a package offer for Jazz Chisholm and AJ Puck that was turned down. They made a trade offer for Jazz Chisholm and Andrew Nardi. I'm not sure that Tanner Scott isn't going to become a Yankee, but the big stick up was that they wanted either George Lombard or Roderick Arias. Actually, they wanted George Lombard the most, and the Yankees are not prepared to deal him.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. So the way we're shaping this up, I think me and you are on the same page here, is that Gleyber Torres is probably the next one to go. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think he's going to Seattle or the Dodgers.
Seattle or the Dodgers. Seattle's an interesting one.
It is, but they were also in on the Jazz deal, though.
Correct.
They are looking for a second baseman.
And we gave up 3 damn players for Jazz Chisholm. And I be honest with you, I'm not a prospect hugger at all, Dane. I'm not. But I think it's fair to look at this deal and go, is Jazz really that good? Do I not know enough about him? Because look, and if anybody wants to deny or doubt my report about people being concerned about Jazz Chisholm's personality, the Yankees hitting coach, James Rosen, already literally discussed it.
Yeah.
No joke. They already asked him about the narrative out there. This was not something that just came out. I told you guys this days ago that's what I was told, that is a lot of people feel he's very self-centered. He's not a team-orientated guy. He's too flashy and all that other stuff. So
hold on.
Go ahead. You're good, Nate.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But folks, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like they're already addressing this. So hopefully when he comes to the New York Yankees, that's not going to be a problem moving forward. And again, a lot of times when you're around other veterans, they've always been a very young team over there. Maybe you get in a clubhouse with some more veterans on that team, a team that is in contention right now. That kind of changes up a little bit.
I was told that he and Juan Soto are close friends, and Juan Soto gave him his highest endorsement, and that's what convinced the Yankees to make that move. He's got 2.5 years of control. Correct. So this is a building block piece that they will have for the next couple of years. And if this is the guy Soto wants, this is the guy you go get, because there's more of a chance to keep Soto with Jazz.
Of course, no doubt about it. Coopsy DeVille says, personality doesn't win games. He's been injured more than Stanton. The most games he's ever played is 124, and that was 3 years ago. Injury-prone players don't get less hurt over time. That's definitely a fair concern. He's obviously missed a lot of time. I know as I've discussed it and thought about this type of deal, I said the same exact thing, is that I do have concerns about Jazz staying on the field. Now, the thought would be leaving him in the outfield probably would have maybe eased up the injuries a little bit. Or whatever they've considered in Miami really hasn't worked out with keeping him on the field. Moving him from second base to the outfield. What concerns do you have in that regard?
Jazz plays really, really hard, and some of those injuries have been as a result of, going after balls too hard or trying to make too many. Oh, jeez. I didn't even realize I said that. Sorry, guys.
He goes, oh, geez. Guys, again, we are also 8 subscribers away from 31,000. Let's get it, baby. Let's get those 8 subbies right now. By the way, Jira, very upset about this. She's at a friend's house. I told her. She's very upset. Big goose. She loves a goose. She loves a goose. Vinny says, I'll be placing my Gleyber World Series MVP bet if he's in LA.
You know?
Okay, imagine Gleyber gets a ring before us. That would suck. That would suck so
I could see that happening.
But they know. Continue what you were saying about Jazz.
I think as he matures a little bit, he'll make the adjustment of knowing which plays to go after, which ones not. Maybe that'll ease up some of the injuries. And again, he's always probably been one of the better players on his team. So if you put him in front of Juan Soto, in front of Aaron Judge, in front of Jason Dominguez, in front of Giancarlo Stanton, he's going to have better pitches to hit. So I think the upside in this deal is what you got to look at. It's just the mix in the clubhouse and the personality. Can Aaron Judge control the behavior? We have seen what they did to Alex Verdugo. They've basically neutered that guy with taking the chains off and all that kind of stuff.
Dane, I'm sorry to cut you off on here. I actually got a message here that says that the Yankees actually had Roderick Arias potentially in a deal with an additional lefty.
Right. That was for Tanner Scott.
Is that true?
That it was very true.
So I wonder, wow. So the Yankees would consider Lombard over Arias?
They like Lombard better than Arias, yes.
Wow. So I literally just got this message just now that there was that there was potentially a deal on the table with a lefty reliever. I'm assuming it's Scott because I don't think that
it was Scott or Nardi. They made an offer for either one.
And Arias wasn't for both of those or just for Scott?
No, just for Nardi.
Oh, wow.
No, not for Scott.
Yeah, so that's interesting right there because you may actually have a potential deal then with Tampa. And the reason I bring it up is because they love Arias and they like Arias and Lombard. I just wonder if they would consider one of those guys for either Paredes or Diaz.
Maybe. I think that they're still very interested in Luis Rengifo. I think so.
I can see that also. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's the way that they're going to go because it's not going to cost them Lombard or Arias.
Wow. Hold on 1 second. Let me just So this is from Jim Bowden. The Yankees really like Chisholm. Positional flexibility with the idea he could play center field, second base, and they think third base too. He came up as a shortstop. He profiles as a future 30-30 type offensive igniter. Yankees player leadership and influence led by Judge and Soto really take this game to another level. All right, I don't understand the last part too much there, but the Yankees haven't showed too much leadership. I'm not gonna make a deal.
I'm hearing that the third player might be Rock Riggio, might be Everson Pereira, might be Oswald Peraza.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see. Peraza would make a lot of fucking sense if I was Miami. I'd take a chance on him.
Yeah.
I'll take a chance on him. We got a lot of super chats over here. Let me get to, I don't even know where the hell we were on these. 1 second, guys. All right, we're here. Vinny. Oh, no, that we read that one about Gleyber going to L.A. Crackle Nut says, Jazz was on the cover of MLB The Show, so he is a great player just by being on the cover. Come on, Crackle Nuts, come on, man. His versatility is huge because you can plug him anywhere. I don't like that idea. The Yankees got to get out of this stupid mindset. You just put anybody where you want to put him. If you're going to take the risk, take the real risk. If he's going to be your future second baseman, make him your future second baseman now. Don't wait. There's no reason to wait. It just doesn't make sense to do it that way.
No. It makes no sense not to give him second base and just forget about anything else.
Yeah.
He was a 2 outs above average defender there the last time he played it there for a full year. He's not a bad defensive player. He's just not great.
Right. Coopsy DePhil says his highest batting average is 254 for his career, and that was 3 years ago. Another overrated player who doesn't hit for average and plays average defense is exactly what we needed. Giants and Fantasy says, what would Dodgers or Mariners give up for Gleyber Torres? And then Alex says, best player in his team, but that team is mediocre. So a lot of not so happy fans in this deal.
Very understandable. I mean, it really sucks to lose Augustine You've heard Carlos and I talk about that kid for a year and a half.
Of course.
And again, but with the Jazz thing, I think the batting average is a result of pitchers being able to pitch around him because he's never had any sort of protection in the lineup.
True.
So you put him, if you put him in front of Juan Soto, are you going to pitch to Jazz?
Well, that's the question now too, right? Is he the leadoff hitter?
It has to be.
Makes sense. We know the Yankees are a little stupid. Smarter Yankees.
Well,
imagine he's batting fifth. He might be batting sixth tomorrow.
Oh, Lord. Help me.
They probably have him batting sixth tomorrow, the Yankees. Knowing that damn team. Guys, hit that like button. We got 700 plus in here. We're also 2 subbies away from 31,000. You guys are the best. My guy Daryl Smith says, when do you think he'll make his Yankees debut? Probably tomorrow. If the deal is done tomorrow, yeah. He'll be here tomorrow. DC Steele says JD Davis lead off. Yes, we're not getting rid of JD Davis. All right. He ain't going nowhere. But
and they
David,
they exchanged medicals on Augustine and Jazz yesterday, as I told you.
You did. Yep.
Yeah. So I believe he will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. If they've done all that already, which they would have to complete the deal, they have to do all that stuff first anyway. Or get involved in starting the process of doing that. Yeah, I expect him to be here tomorrow. No doubt about it. David says, what is your idea of Bellinger coming? Heard his name. He can play first base for the next year or two, and you can release Rizzo this year. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, my guy. I think the Yankees here, look, we've kind of said this for a couple of days now, that if the Yankees are going to trade prospects, it's going to be for control. They're not just going to trade a guy and say, we got him for, 2 months or see you later, or he has a lot of money behind his contract. They're not going to do that. What the Yankees are going to do is, we hear that Spencer Jones is available. I mean, we now know, me and you know this, that Roderick Arias is potentially available. That makes me believe that another move will come. I don't know what move that will be, but I made a video a couple of days ago, Dane, saying I think the easiest way to improve the offense is with 2 infielders.
Yes.
And we're going to see if that happens.
See, to me, I go get Rengifo, put him at third base, and you can either lead off Jazz or lead off Rengifo. You have Soto, Judge, Dominguez, who's going to be back within 7 to 10 games, probably.
He's got to be, Dane. They can't mess around with that kid.
Right. And then you go Stanton, whoever, Jazz or Rengifo, whoever you don't have lead off. Then you go Wells, Volpe, Rice.
I don't disagree with you. I'm a big fan of Luis Rengifo, and if the Yankees can get into Tuesday, 24-hour stream, everybody, you already know the deal. If they get to that point and they can sit around and we can look at it and go, they added 2 infielders, they added a strong reliever who Suarez is a guy I know they're apparently very much after. If they
Duvall as well.
And Duvall, if they're able to do something like that, you look at it and go, that's probably one of the best ones we've had in since 2021, and probably even better than 2021 if they're able to do that.
Well, 2021, there wasn't a lot of control that they got. They got Gallo for a year and a half. Rizzo was a rental. So if they're able to add 2 guys with considerable control, it is a better deadline than 2021.
Agreed. And what deal? So for where it stands right now, we both agree that, and again, it's so hard to talk about this because the Yankees are so fucking stupid. And I hate saying this. I hate saying it, but they're just such a stupid team sometimes. You can never trust them. You can never trust the Yankees for doing something right. Will they make the decision to truly play him at one position?
They have to, Pete, don't they?
Yeah, but see, that's the issue. We know that. But the obvious thing is not what the Yankees have done. We know that already. We know this. we've been a part of this for a long time now, and we know
We
that
have.
the New York Yankees do this all the time. They will sit there and they'll go, oh, good. We just got a guy who played the outfield, but also was a pretty good second baseman. Well, where are we going to play him? We're going to play him in left field, center field, second base. We're even going to get him starts at third base.
See, the
This
one
is
thing
not
that
the right thing.
Right. The one thing that terrifies me, and this is what really, really concerns me, is they're going to stick Jazz at third base and keep Torres at second base.
That's my concern too. That you hit it right on the head. That is my exact concern for me too, is that is what they're going to end up trying to do. And for me, it's very, very simple. You either make the deal with this, you give the guy his position, which should be second base, and you move Gleyber. Now, I've been told they've discussed Gleyber with many teams, and they were unwilling to move him at the time. So Gleyber has been somebody that other teams have shown interest in.
Right.
If I'm the Yankees, I'm also considering if a team wants to take his salary, that's the only way I move him. Get a team to take the remainder of his salary for the year. If you're still concerned about, the luxury tax bullshit, we know all that. But if you do have that, gotta move him, place Jazz in where he's gonna be. Because if I ask you this question, and this is the way you gotta look at it, and this is why the Yankees piss me off sometimes. And I don't want to act like I'm negative about this deal, but I just get concerned about what they're gonna do. If you look at the team next year, where is Jazz gonna play?
It's got to be second base.
Thank you.
Doesn't?
So why wouldn't you just go ahead now and do it now? Why would you wait, or why would you play around with saying, hey, Jazz, you're coming to New York. Much, much more eyes are going to be on you compared to, what it was in Miami. Well, now you're going to be playing multiple different positions you never played before. Let's just flip you around all over the place. Bring all your gloves. That's just stupid. Let the kid focus. Let him have his mind on the prize. Leave him at second base. Give him the best opportunities to succeed.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at my text messages from Los. He's trying to find out who that third piece is right now.
Do we know who the second piece is?
I believe it's Jared Cerna.
Jared Cerna? Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That would suck. That's a lot for Jazz Chisholm. That's a fucking lot for Jazz Chisholm, being honest.
It is. And I'm losing two of my favorite prospects. I mean, I've interviewed Jared. He's a great kid. I think he's going to be a winner no matter where he goes.
Are we confirming that it's Cerna?
I am confident to say it's 90% that it's Cerna.
Oh, wow. I mean, for Jazz Chisholm, that's a lot. Roman with the super chat says, now go get Yandy and Fairbanks, trade Torres and Holmes to Seattle. Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't think Holmes is going anywhere, man. As much as I wouldn't mind that. I don't think he's going anywhere. Max says, 11 double plays in 5 years. We will fix that. That's one thing the Yankees, for a fact, aren't going to mess up on, is that they'll get in the ground into some DPs. I tell you that. Dane, I tell you, man. I'll be honest. This
is not the move I wanted, Pete.
Well, let me say something. Do I sound like an asshole here saying that it's not my favorite move in the planet? Do I think Jazz could be a better player with the Yankees? Yeah, I do. Yeah. But if the Yankees now flip Gleyber, I'll be honest with you, I will like it more. Let me tell you why. It'll send a message to the clubhouse. And that's what I want.
Yeah.
I've been calling for this, bro. It'll send a message to the clubhouse that, look, you guys aren't safe. We're not tolerating this no more.
You have to move one of DJ or Torres or Cabrera, because Bertie's coming back and they're going to play him somewhere in that infield at times too.
Well, DJ's not in the lineup today, and I don't think that has anything to do with a trade. I just think he's been asked, and I highly doubt any team is sitting out there going, let's make this move. Unless there's a flip there. Unless there's a flip and somebody goes, hey, this guy has this many years. This guy has as many years and that. That's the only way I can see it. Other than that,
your shit for my shit kind of deal.
Yeah, unless the Yankees just say, hey, we're cutting ties, DFAU. I could see that too. I could see the Yankees saying, yeah, this ain't going to work, man. It's time to adios. See you later.
I think they need to. DJ's been absolutely horrible.
Yeah. And I've been the one prediction that everybody here knows I've made, and a lot of people have gotten mad at me over this, but it's not me buying into what the Yankees are doing. It's me simply saying that I truly believe that after the deadline, their roster will be better. Doesn't mean that their roster's a World Series team. No, it may not be.
No.
Depending on what else they do. I'm still very, very concerned about the leadership of this club. I'm still very, very concerned about Aaron Boone being a manager of this team. Everybody knows my concern in that regard. But what I can say is, based off of what I feel like and I know and some of the stuff that we've been told, I do think the offense is going to be much better. Stanton's coming back. Jazz Chisholm is now here. Jizzo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
He talking
Jazz
about
is
Jism.
here. You know what? I got a good thing for Jazz when he homers. I'm gonna keep it up here though. I'm already working on something. That's the play-by-play Pete. I'm like Sterling at this point. I'm ready to go with it. But
I have an idea what you're gonna do too.
But you look at everything there and all that, and we know the offense is gonna improve.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying this for a long time. Look, if Garrett Cole sucks the rest of the year, the Yankees are fucked. If the Yankees starting pitching doesn't get better, they're fucked. There's nothing, and I'm not sticking up for Cashman here. There's nothing he can do to fix that. That just needs to perform.
Right. And after what Garrett Crochet said about not pitching in the playoffs without an extension, bye-bye. That no interest in trying to trade for him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't hear that. What did he say?
He said that he would not pitch in the playoffs unless he had a contract extension after the trade. And he would not exactly, and he would not go back to the bullpen either.
Who the fuck does he think he is?
God's gift to somebody.
I was about to say, hey, brother, enjoy yourself in Chicago. You don't got to worry about the playoffs for multiple years.
Yep.
Enjoy the shit show over there and enjoy that because, I don't think anybody take a hike. Take a hike if that's the case. We don't need that over here. But
no,
pretty surprised that we still do not have the rest of those names. Chisholm. Hey, yo. I didn't say that, Anthony. I said Chisholm. I called him Chisholm, which is just as bad, I guess. And JXV says, I'm a jizz so hard for Jazz.
Oh, my God.
Hey, yo. What the fuck?
Oh, fuck.
Hey, yo. David, what the hell is going on in this chat? This is what happens when you get in here, Dane. It's unbelievable. David says, my perfect trade deal. Trade Gleyber Torres, add 2 flamethrowers in the pen, and add a starter. You see the Yankees adding a starter?
If they move Nestor, yeah.
Tyone?
Flaherty
would be nice. DJ Steele says, Pete, the home run call, you just got jizzed on by Jazz. Nah, bro. I ain't doing all that, fam. Why do you gotta get so nasty with it? Why do you gotta get so nasty, bro? Why would I say you got jizzed on by Jazz? What are we doing?
You just saw you could.
This is why we can never be like the MLB Network because look at this shit that we get here.
I was just thinking you'd just say,
Hey, yo, what the fuck was that?
I don't know. It's been a weird couple days.
You know what's sad about that? You guys got to be so sick in the head. I'm literally thinking about like jazz music. That's it. I'm here so innocent. You guys are all over here being sick in the damn head.
You're the innocent one here.
Yeah, damn right I am. You better believe. You better believe.
Halo Pete.
That's it. But we still haven't heard the other 2 names. You're saying you think Cerna is involved. We don't know who the third name is yet. This is from Gary Phillips. Would think the Yankees bat Chisholm leadoff. He's not a perfect fit. 317 on base percentage in that spot. But he's got the speed, and the spot has been a revolving door for the Yankees. Does make sense. It does make sense.
Leadoff and cleanup have been the 2 biggest holes. And if you can take the guys that are in those 2 positions and put them farther down the order, that lineup gets better just that way.
Yeah, because now you're looking at Jazz, Soto, Judge, and then Stanton coming back, Jason Dominguez. You're looking at a much different lineup, man. You're looking at a
Wells,
much different line. Austin Wells batting lower, more so. Yeah, I mean, we know that the Yankees offense had a very, very good chance of improving because, of course, Stanton coming back, Dominguez coming back. We knew they were probably going to make a trade, and I don't think this is
Pete,
the only one.
give me a sec. I'm getting a phone call. I'll
No,
find
go
out
ahead.
something
You're
right
good.
now.
You're good. You're good. DJ Steele says, because the joke's right in front of us. It is right in front of us. Anthony Garcia says, Pete, it's because NYU sex symbol is here. You better believe it, baby. And guys, thank you so much. Really quickly, I just want to say for getting us over 31,000 already. That is so friggin' awesome, man. The growth of NYU right now is just unfriggin' believable, and we only have you guys to thank for it. So again, appreciate you guys so much. Hey Pete, which player do you want next? I think the Yankees add another infielder. I am kind of surprised, like I said before, that they're not getting a starter back. So my bad, guys. There we go. Let me wait before we get Dane back in here. Pull up my secondary screen here. There he is. He's already back. That was quick. Dane, give me 1 second. I just popped you off here.
Sure.
There you go. Anything you found out?
Yeah, they're trying to make another deal right now for another infielder.
That quick?
Yes, before the game.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, we might be live for 3 hours, baby. Sign me up.
maybe.
Dane, you handsome son of a bitch. I'll come through this screen right now. I swear I'll give you a hug like you never got one before in your life. Sorry.
And they make another deal for an infielder. That 100% means.
Gleyber's gone.
Yep.
Well, I think the big thing to look out for right now, right, is if Gleyber gets removed from this lineup before the game begins.
Right.
I think that makes sense because I don't think they're going to add another infielder until they have a Gleyber Torres trade lined up.
Correct.
Right? Cracklenut says, Boone loves the jizz. Here we go. These guys won't stop. This is just a sick chat. David, Nico Horner trade. What do you think? He's already a leadoff hitter.
No, they're not going to give up Spencer Jones to get him.
Yeah, I don't think him for Horner makes sense. And I look, somebody asked me what would my favorite deal be. You guys know how I feel. I just don't know how this helps the Yankees because I think they do need a third baseman. I would love Yandy Diaz. And I know everybody knows how much I like Yandy, but it's just because that makes a shit ton of sense. He's a guy that stings the baseball. Yeah, he's not a great first baseman, but he's a first baseman. Put it that way. Alex says DJ gone, Rizzo gone. Rizzo's I wouldn't even doubt they just tell Rizzo, just stay home. There's no point of you even coming back at this point. It doesn't make sense.
Cerna is in the deal.
That's confirmed?
Yeah.
Wow. So Jared Cerna and Augustine Ramirez in the trade for Jazz Chisholm. One good thing to know about Jazz, if you guys want to know something positive here, runners in scoring position this season, he's hitting 330 with a 1,000 OPS.
Yeah.
So that's not bad at all. Vladdy says, get Canada's Big Poppy. I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
I don't think that's happened. That's a bit, we got a lot to discuss here, guys, so do not go away. Hit that like button, everybody. Subscribe to the U if you have not. Come join the conversation. We always have a great time over here. You guys know the deal. We got about, what the hell do we got in here? We got over 900 in here already, I think, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got about 900 in here. I need you guys to hit that like button, folks. We got 266 on the likes, 900
Let's get this out, guys.
Baby. David says, if we got Jack Flaherty, Dane, what would you give up for him? Would you include Cortez or flip him also?
I would flip Cortez. Flaherty, probably a couple pitching prospects like a Will Warren and something else that's going to help Detroit compete next year. Maybe a
Dane.
Benjamin Cowles.
Yep, and Dane, Benjamin. He just won on the IL, didn't he?
Yeah.
Cowles. Thank you to new subbies. I appreciate you guys. This deal right here, and we've been saying this for quite some time now. This is Rachel Balkovic, 100%.
Oh, 100%.
Is
That's why this deal
100%
got
Rachel
done so quickly.
Balkovic, no question about it. And I'm gonna say it again. I think Jazz could be good, but I'll be real with you. For us to add Cerna, a Goose, and whoever else is involved in this deal that we're going to find out about, I am really surprised we didn't get a lefty reliever back.
I
know they probably want more, and I get that, but I am a little surprised that we did not get a lefty reliever back, because me and you talked about this. Even we said at one point, remember, if it's not Tanner Scott, we both like Andrew Nardi a lot. And Nardi's control for years to come, so maybe that's why they didn't want to give up on him. He's been really good since a horrible start to the year. But I just really expected that they would get something additional back. Shit, I would even took, who's the other one, the starter that's always injured, the lefty? Rogers?
Yeah.
I would have even took him and threw him in the pen, because he's always been injured. You could throw him in the bullpen. I would have took something like that. Trevor Rogers or whatever the hell his name is. I would have done something like that. I'm just kind of surprised that they're not getting a reliever back. And this is what it is.
You know who I would have checked in on too is Edward Cabrera.
Yeah, of course. Why not? Why not? I mean, I know he's had his injuries and his ups and downs, but I agree with you 100%. I am just a little surprised that they didn't do something like that. And another option here, as we continue to talk about Gleyber Torres, you mentioned some teams. I'll throw another one at you. What about Atlanta? They just lost what's his face again. So
Albies, and then they went and signed Whit Merrifield, and they lost him. So that's another possibility.
So maybe Gleyber's another possibility on something like that. When it comes to the third basemen, who are the names that we know? We know Isaac Paredes is out there. We know Luis Renjifo's out there. And am I missing anybody? Matt Chapman is a possibility.
No.
I don't think they would go that route.
Too much money.
Yeah, there's a lot of money there. People got to remember that, man. It's something that I hate talking about because we're the Yankees, but it's true, because they're not going to want to add a bit of salary. They're going to try to add as little as they want. That's why I think there's even more of a chance of Gleyber being moved, and then basically saying, just give us maybe, two low-level guys, 2 low-A guys that they think they could develop, and they just move Gleyber Torres.
It could be a deal very, very similar to the Gallo deal, where they take somebody's kind of a project and just take them back, or a couple of them.
I could see something like that. Yeah, David, we took Donaldson's money, but you're talking about years ago. I'm talking about right now of where the Yankees stand. They don't want to keep going over that mark, and whether we agree with that or not, we do have a pretty good understanding of how this team does business. Is a fair statement. Anything left out there you think with Jonathan India, or that's kind of dead at this point?
Scares me, but it wouldn't surprise me, because they had significant interest in him too. If they think that one of those two could play third base.
Well, Jonathan India was supposed to play third base this year. Remember that?
That's right. He was.
Yeah, he was supposed to play third base. So he's gotten apparently quite a bit of work in third base as just preparation to play third for the season. But then that kind of folded and they didn't do it.
Because Matt McClain got hurt.
Correct. So they put him back at second base, but he was going to be that third baseman this year. And I don't know. I don't know if that's something the Yankees, look to go back to. But, I'm popping on the screen again here. Jazz Chisholm is officially a New York Yankee, folks. We do know right now that Augustine Ramirez is in the deal. Before anything was released, NYYU brought it to you first that Jared Cerna was also in that deal. What's up, Dane? What happened?
Willie Montero sounds like he's the third guy. Holy shit.
That's a big deal.
Without getting a left-hand reliever back?
That's a lot. I told you, man. Dane, hold on. Let me just say something real quick. Dude, people don't understand. Let me explain this to everybody. Augustine Ramirez wasn't just a Yankee. He was a top 5 Yankee prospect. They gave up a top 3, top 5, wherever list you look at, a top guy. They gave up quite a bit to land Jazz Chisholm. Jeff J with a super chat says, afternoon NYYU team. Who is the next infielder and what about pitching? We're going to get to all that, man. We're going to get to all that as we continue to talk here. But guys, hit that like button. We got 900 plus in here, 314 on the likes. Game season live today, if you guys know already, 7 o'clock. We call every game here if you're new. Mario and Kev are going to be on the call tonight. I'm going to be in a chat with you guys the entire time. But wow, so you think you're hearing that it's Willie Montero?
Yeah,
Damn, that's a lot for Jazz Chisholm, bro.
that is. And that's a young out. But look, Rachel Balkovic knows the system better than anybody. She got to see all those guys, and she got the right players.
You want to know something scary?
Huh.
Hold on. Let me read this super chat. Alex says Yankees got robbed with their hands in their pockets. Augustine Ramirez could make a lot of people very, very upset immediately this year.
Mhm.
Because I don't know how he isn't their catcher almost immediately.
He should be on their 26-man tomorrow.
I mean, he was on ours. He was on our 40-man. So yeah, I think he should be activated immediately with Miami. And if you guys don't know or don't think that would be the case, the main reason behind it that we have is Miami has no catching.
None.
I mean, their system has nothing. Augustine Ramirez is immediately going to jump up to one of their top prospects. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens overall, but certainly a busy day really out of nowhere. This deal came together really quick. Dane and Carlos and whoever it is that you're still getting information from, Dane, your sources that you speak to, put out this information when it comes to Cerna being in the deal well before anybody. Augustine Ramirez being in the deal. It is what it is, I guess, man. We'll see how this turns out for the Yankees. We don't know the position yet. It still looks like Gleyber Torres is in the lineup. So he's not being moved immediately. We'll see if that eventually happens. But I do think that there is going to be another infielder that's added. I don't know. Feels more like it should be a third baseman.
Yeah, I really the guy I want's Rengifo, but I could see India as well. Maybe the kid from Detroit. Maybe you go get Flaherty and the kid from Detroit who plays third base.
I can see that too. Yeah, that's right. I can see that also. Slim Lewis says, in the last 10 to 15 years, the Yankees have developed one star, Aaron Judge. The Martian may be the second. Most Yankees prospects are way overhyped. I wouldn't necessarily say they're way overhyped because you guys got to remember something. And I know it feels like a cop-out, but it's not. Their overall system philosophy and everything changed. It changed.
In 2020.
In 2019, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Jack Curry says Jazz Chisholm headed to the Yankees from the Marlins. Passing reports. I'm hearing the Yankees are pushing hard to finalize another deal, as Dane just said. Dane literally just said that to all of you guys, that the Yankees are working on closing another deal. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here.
Another message, whatever this other deal is close. So there might be another announcement here very, very shortly.
Well, we're here for you guys. Basically, I could stay on here until about 6:30 until I have to get Mario and Kev set up, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens over there. Some people are saying it's Tyler Hardman instead of Willie Montero that is in that deal. I haven't seen that confirmed anywhere, but that is what some people are saying. So we will see when the final move comes out. Milwaukee making deals. Yankees looking to add another deal here pretty soon. We'll see if we get that live for you guys, but we are not going anywhere. We are not going
Lowe said
anywhere.
It's Willie Montero. So I trust Carlos.
Is saying, if Carlos is saying it's Willie Montero, guys, it's Willie Montero. I don't know who you guys are getting that information from. I haven't seen Hardman anywhere named. But if Carlos is saying Willie Montero, and again, I haven't talked to Carlos, but Carlos talks to these guys directly. So
yeah, check the group chat. It's in there.
Oh, okay, let me double check and see. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I don't know who else, where you guys are getting these other names from. hearing Willie Montero is one of the pieces. All right, well, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. At the end of the day, we know Jazz Chisholm's a Yankee. We know Cerna's in there. We know that Augustine Ramirez is in the deal. And now we also hear from, again, Dane and then Jack Curry, who are both saying that the Yankees are also closing in on another deal. We'll see what that deal is. I don't. My assumption, if I had to guess right now, I would say it's going to be another infielder. I don't believe it to be, and maybe
it
a
may be
reliever.
that's
Could
what
be
I
a
was just going to say. It could very well be a reliever.
Yeah, it could be a reliever, and I could see it. The only other person I could see it being that I think will make the most logical sense is potentially Suarez.
Yeah. Well, they had a lot of inches in Finnegan from the Nationals.
I would love that. I think he has years of control too, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah, I think they're going to shoot for control. I think they're going to shoot for control.
Whatever, if they're going to give up a large prospect haul and some of the guys that we're hearing names that they're willing to move, they're going to get control back. They're not just building for this year; they're building for the years in the future as well.
Agreed 100%. So it looks like a lot of people that already know, a lot of people that know Jazz Chisholm, put it that way, that have played with him, that know him well. They're all saying that this is a very big move for the Yankees. Again, I don't know if that's just kind of hyping up the Yankees deal because it's the Yankees, but a lot of people are saying that they really, the Yankees did well in this trade, and they believe Jazz Chisholm's going to do very, very good.
I think he is. I think you put him in front of Juan Soto and Aaron Judge, give him some protection in the lineup. I think he gets better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I expect improvement. And I'll be honest with you, Jazz Chisholm is not a guy that I've sat there and I've watched a lot of. So I'm not going to sit here and say I know a shit ton about Jazz Chisholm or I've watched him play a lot. My information on Jazz Chisholm is probably just about as good as anybody else. I've looked into him a lot. I've done my research as of now. But of course, coming to a bit of a better lineup, but at least better protection around you, you would expect him to get a little bit better. But we'll see what happens, and it would be really, really interesting again to see if this is another infielder. If it is, I gotta believe it's first base or third base, and then from there, a reliever.
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
And this tells you, just to give Yankee fans some hope, and I know that we all need some hope right now. When Cashman makes moves this early, he's making multiple moves. So it would not surprise me if he got at least one more position player and at least one or two relievers.
And Dane, I'll say this. When it comes to a move like this, you're right about that, because very, very rarely do you see Brian Cashman, like you just said, cut a deal this early, but for this many prospects? At least for two guys that we know for a fact that they actually like.
Right.
You know, Cerna's a guy the Yankees like. They've put him in every single winter league you could possibly get him into. And of course, Augustine Ramirez is a guy who has just fly through the system.
Willie Montero was an all-star for them in the FCL last year, led the league in hits. I think he led the league in batting average.
Yep.
I mean, he's a center fielder. So this is another very, very talented prospect they just gave up.
Yep. Frodo T. Baggins says, thank you for taking Jazz. Didn't want my Mariners to waste their farm on him, so I'm super happy. We're getting Vladdy. Okay, well, I guess we'll see about that. Give me 1 second. Let me just respond to this real quick.
Yeah, I'm checking my phone like crazy. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Like I said, man, we're chilling over here. We are literally just chilling. We'll see if there's anything else that pops off. Apparently, it looks like it could be. And yeah, man, we're going to see. We're going to see what happens here over the next couple of hours. But the good news is, you know, hopefully this is a very, very big deadline for the Yankees. We need it. The Yankees need it. They need another boost. Do we ever know if it's good enough? Do we ever know if it's good enough to win him a chip this year? I don't know, man, but
Watch Alex
at
Verdugo.
least-
Watch for Alex Verdugo being moved.
really?
Pittsburgh.
To the Pirates? So with the Yankees, that I'm assuming they would just call Dominguez up already. I can see that too. That makes sense. Yeah, according to Los, Willie Montero is saying that he was traded to Miami.
Yeah.
So that's for that, guys. We're gonna wait on the confirmation there, but again, the team that we have here does tremendous work. So
There's nobody that does a better job talking to these kids than Carlos. He talks to all these kids all the time.
100%. 100%. If that's coming from Carlos, that's what I gotta believe.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Again, I don't know who you guys are hearing this stuff from. I haven't seen that nowhere on Twitter about Hardman, but if he is in the deal, I really wouldn't care. I wouldn't really care too much. He's not too attractive of a piece anymore. But yeah,
if they were able to hold back Cerna and give up Hardman and Montero, that would be.
So we got an update. We got an update here from Jack Curry. The Yankees have had numerous conversations with the Rays, who have already dealt Eflin, Arozarena, Diaz, Paredes, and Fairbanks could be trade targets. Dane, I'm telling you, man, if you're out there basically saying already, and you've said this, that the Yankees were willing to move Roderick Arias. If they are willing to move Roderick Arias, I'm telling you guys right now, look out for Tampa.
Paredes.
Look out for Tampa. Tampa is very, very big on two of those guys. They're big on Roderick Arias and George Lombard. But if it's one of those guys, I could really see Isaac Paredes being a move that the Yankees make. And let me say something real quick. And I made a video about this a couple of days ago. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because if the Yankees were going to improve their offense, we all know this. So at sometimes you got to dial yourself back and you got to tip the cap. And the reason I say it is the best way the Yankees could improve this team with Dominguez coming back and with Stanton coming back is the infield. 2 open spots. For the Yankees to do that, and if they do, I'm not saying they are, they got one of those pieces. Let's see if they get the other one. But if they do it, folks, you got to sit there and tip your cap to them, because that is very impressive to do. Not a lot of teams flip their infield, even 50% of their infield. Not a lot of teams go ahead and flip the infield and go, all right, cool, let's go ahead and, get a new second baseman and a new third baseman. That's a pretty big deal. So if it is anything with the Rays, I love Yandy. Isaac Paredes in this situation might make more sense. But if they are willing to move Roderick Arias, look for the Rays.
Yeah, it's not going to. If they move Arias, it's going to be for Paredes. It would not be for Yandy Diaz.
Yep. Sorry, guys. I'm also typing too.
Yeah.
Shitty chat. How we doing over there? How you guys feeling, chat? How you feeling about this deal? You know what? Grade this deal. Grade this deal right now. Want to see it in the chat. From an F to an A+. Let me know, what do you think about the Jazz Chisholm deal? Put it out there right now, baby. I want to see it. Somebody just mentioned, what about Gleyber to Pittsburgh? I don't think so. Got a lot of B's in the chat. Oh, we got a D. Oh, no. Got another D. Got a lot of B's in there. I like it. A lot. You know what? I don't know why I'm doing that. Fuck it. I'm not going to do a poll. I could have did a poll, but I decided not to. There's something wrong with my head. 30 likes away from 400. Let's keep it going, guys. This is intriguing. This is some intriguing stuff right here, man. The Yankees might pick up a second baseman and a third baseman before this game even begins tonight. That is wild. That is wild.
They had to do something after last night, Pete. They absolutely had to.
Well, let's be real, Dane, right? If they're not going to fire Aaron Boone, you got to just make a shit ton of deals. You got to shake the team up. And again, I think one of the most serious ways to shake this team up is moving Gleyber Torres. I think he's one of those guys that has been here. He's one of the guys that's given Boone a bad name in the sense of he doesn't seem to listen. He doesn't seem to play the game hard, play after play. He's one of those guys, you dump him, you look around and go, locker room looks a little different, doesn't it? Things seem a little different now, right? So let's see what happens. Pete, they need a pure hitter. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know if there's any of those really out there, but I'll say this. I think Jason Dominguez is.
Absolutely.
I think Stanton, if Stanton is ever what he's continued to be, yeah, he's going to have these days when he looks like shit. But let's be honest here. We fucking miss that guy right now.
Absolutely.
Over the last couple of weeks. You know, we could talk all the shit about him that we want, and that's fair.
Oh, I did a lot. I have too.
Saying? We both have, but let's not shit ourselves here. He's been really friggin' good for the Yankees this year. And in that middle of that order, we've missed that bat. As the Red Sox and the Blue Jays just swing a deal, as Danny Jansen is heading to the Red Sox.
Catcher.
Danny Jansen headed to the Red Sox. Somebody is tagging me on other people. I have never said the Yankees are trading for Ozzie Paredes.
No.
I never said that. So please don't tell other people that I'm saying that the Yankees are trading for Ozzie Paredes. That was never said here. I said he's a possibility. Never said that deal is done or they're working on that trade.
Interesting. They're talking about Yandy Diaz too.
Dane, I'll break this fucking. If they get Yandy, I'm breaking the screen, Dane. I swear to Dane, you're gonna have to take over if they get Yandy. If they get Yandy, Dane, don't fuck with me, Dane.
Yeah, they're talking about it hard. Seriously, it might be.
Why'd you have to add a heart in there for? I love fucking with Dane. Dane's like my favorite person to fuck around with. He's my favorite guy to fuck around with. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm sorry if we get quiet here for a second, guys. I'm
working my phone like as fast as I can.
I'm also reaching out too. And this is kind of what it's going to be on Tuesday, by the way, too, for everybody, just so you're aware. The day that we're doing the 24-hour stream, that is deadline day. So it'll be interesting. Diaz is in the lineup for the Rays right now. So that's a good thing to look at. If that game is still ongoing or if he's in the lineup for a night game. Let me pull up MLB real quick and see what we got going on here. So Tampa is playing right now, and it looks like both of those guys are in the lineup. Finnegan is a starter. Hill to the pen. Finnegan's not a starter. Finnegan's a reliever. Yandy's DHing today, and Paredes is playing first. So those guys are both in the lineup right now for the Rays. So we'll see if something comes from that. Let's see. Nothing else there. Nothing else there. There is still no official word on the third piece, but we are reporting here that it sounds like it's Willie Montero. Is what we're hearing. So we're gonna wait and see on that. Other than that, anybody just joining, I think you guys already know the deal is done. Oh no, it's Abraham Ramirez. Abraham Ramirez was traded. It was not Willie Montero's not in this deal. So it's Yankees get Jazz Chisholm for Augustine Ramirez, Jared Serna, and Abraham Ramirez.
That's even worse. That's the kid that was hitting.
I don't know who he is. I have no idea.
He was hitting 400 in the FCL.
Wow.
second baseman, shortstop, third baseman.
Well, hopefully this is a hell of a deal. Hopefully this is a good deal. Alex says Soto got mad and said make shit happen or I'm out. I think they probably know that already.
Yeah.
They probably know that already. That shit. You got to get something like that done. But that is the final deal for what we're hearing right now. That is from Alden Gonzalez. Again, he reports that Augustin Ramirez, Jared Cerna, and Abraham Ramirez is in the trade for Jazz Chisholm.
So I wonder if Willie Montero is going someplace else.
Yeah. If Willie Montero, if he is saying he's being moved, there's another deal that he's already understanding that he's moving in another deal. So we're waiting to see this now. Jack Curry, Dane has said it, and a few. It seems like it's kind of picking up traction that there could be a possible other deal being made for the Yankees. So I'm also sending some messages out here too. So we'll see if we get anything else back. So Abraham Ramirez is the third player in that deal. For him, we're still waiting on if the Yankees make another deal. But according to Jack Curry, Dane said the same thing as you guys saw right here live, right before, well before actually, Jack Curry said it, that the Yankees are pushing hard to finalize another deal. I've heard possibilities of Gleyber moves. Dane has heard possibilities of Verdugo being traded. So we're waiting to see. We are waiting to see. My guess is subtraction for a reliever. Yeah, I could see a reliever being a deal.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's another deal in place because Willie Montero. Yeah, there's another deal in place somewhere.
Yeah, I'm talking to Los too right now about Montero. Ivan's World, my brother. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
Gabagool. Appreciate you, fam, and everybody else. Smaggy that likey, hitty that subby. David says, hey, if Jason comes next month, would you move Judge back to right, Soto to the left, and Jason to center?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I don't think so, man. I think I'll kind of leave it the way it is, and leave Dominguez in left field. I will leave.
They may even play Dominguez in center field. It's going to be Dominguez or Judge in left field because Soto. Yeah. That's too big of an outfield for Soto.
Yeah, you don't want Soto in left field. That's why he got the reputation of being such a bad lefty reliever. Veteran right-handed reliever Luis Garcia with the Angels is drawing a ton of interest. Yankees, Red Sox, Royals, and others. Phillies are considering Angels closer Carlos Estevez and Nats closer Kyle Finnegan, as well as Tanner Scott. So it looks like all of a sudden there was like a kick in the ass and the deadline is starting to move. We got our first comments, it seems, from Aaron Boone. Let me see. Chisholm, this is from Jack Curry. Chisholm has a 732 OPS when hitting leadoff in his career. The Yankees leadoff hitters has a sub 650 OPS this season, one of the worst in Major League Baseball. Jazz can become a free agent in 2027. Perry says, Pete and Dane, I get that some of the young guys are good, but if you can't help us winning 2 years, you need to be available. Help us win in 2 years. You need to be available. Win now at all costs. I do not disagree. And
you heard me on DS the other night, Pete. I said they have to make some moves, and I'm the prospect hugger, and I think they got to move some of these guys.
Well, I guess one of the reasons too why we're saying that Augustine hurts is because he could have been a guy that could have helped almost immediately. You know, he could have been a guy that helped almost immediately. So, you guys know I'm Pete Dombrowski over here, so don't be getting me wrong. I'm Pete Dombrowski. You know, I'm willing. I'm willing to swing deals whenever you got to swing a deal. But that does feel like a lot for Jazz Chisholm. But let's be honest here. He might shock the shit out of some of us. Just saying. So you never know. There was a comment here from Aaron Boone. I don't know who, what reporter posted it, and I lost it now, so I don't know where it is. Let me see if I can update this again and see. And I don't think Boone is able to talk much about it, so we're still kind of waiting here. I got a call. Oh, Los just, I don't even think he knows we're live. Let me tell him we're live real quick. He just reached out to me. I'm like, we're actually live right now. Hold on a second. He got swag? Well, you know he got swag. We know that. Let's just hope that the bat, I don't care about anything else. I care about having a good bat. You know what I mean? So we need to have an actual bat out there doing good things. That's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need. We need to have a good bat out there doing something and getting some performance for us. Joe Sherman adds in that Jared Cerna is an infielder, was mentioned by many scouts in the last week as a player that was an interest of many teams and would be part of a deal. Ramirez is an emerging bat who the Yankees, somewhat surprisingly, put on the 40-man roster last offseason, which I would not say that was surprising, to be honest. I wouldn't say that was surprisingly. So
he was a catcher that went from he was the catcher that went from complex ball to AAA in less than 600 at bats. The kid is an incredible bat talent.
And it's like we said, man, let's see what Auguste does. Let's see what he does in Miami, how quickly he gets up. I got to believe that he's going to be up pretty damn fast. So, you know, we just got to sit back and wait. Jack Curry does say that there's another move potentially on the table, or the Yankees are getting close to it. Dane said that well before Curry. He also mentioned immediately after that the Yankees and Rays have had multiple talks. We've also felt like that is a logical spot. I made a video on this a couple of days ago and told everybody that the Rays don't care who they trade with. It doesn't matter if it's in division. They don't care about that. The Rays line it up and by players they want. As you know, too, they just made a trade with the Orioles, so they don't care who they make trades with. They line it up by the prospects that they want. And if there's if what we know is that Roderick Arias and George Lombard are on that list. Those are two names that they really, really would love to add to their system. And again, if Isaac Paredes is a real option, if Pete Fairbanks is a real option, if Yandy Diaz is a real option, bro, the Yankees almost, Dane, you've heard me say it a lot. I like Arias more than I like George Lombard. I'm a big fan of Roderick Arias. Yankees don't always move players that they paid a lot of money to develop because they want that investment to work out for them. But if they are willing to move him, like we are now reporting that they were willing to move him in a deal with Miami, if they are willing to move him, I feel like the Rays just make sense.
Yeah. And
more than any other team.
Another thing that might make that a little easier is the kids that they have coming in international free agency in the next couple of years. They have some very, very high-end shortstops that they're bringing in the next two classes. So that is something to watch out for.
I know Los would probably be pissed if they traded Arias. I would be pretty shocked. I'd honestly lose his mind. Shocked. I imagine. Vladdy says, I'm nervous trading with the Rays. They never lose trades because they get the player they want. That's the only way they make the deal. The Rays aren't a team that backs off of a move. If they see something in your system, that's what they want. They don't care who they trade with. They get the best player that they want and feel fits their system. And we're told that Arias and Lombard are two guys that they really want. So it does make sense that could be a deal. David says, trade with Rays. I take a few of their relievers, add a reliever. You know their pitching is top notch. Well, we know some of those guys. I know, Dane, you may not be the biggest fan of a guy like Garrett Clevenger, but he could be a guy that can make sense for the Yankees. Fairbanks makes sense for the Yankees. There's a few guys there that make sense if they also added a reliever there.
Absolutely. It just like the super chat just mentioned, I get very nervous dealing with the Rays. Look what they did from that kid with Cleveland that they got. He's now the number 3 or 4 prospect in all of baseball. And he's another reason why they may very well move Paredes or Yandy Diaz, because they have him waiting.
Yep. And another little update here. So I just got a message saying that the Marlins liked this deal the most and that they had multiple other offers on the table from other clubs for Jazz Chisholm, and this they felt was the best deal. So the reason why we're talking here saying that this kind of hurts of this deal happening is exactly that, right? Is that we can see this and go, well, Augustin Ramirez is a guy that we hate losing. Jared Stern is a guy we hate losing. But that's what trading is. That's what major league trading is, folks, is that at the end of the day, you miss out and you add a player like a Jazz Chisholm. We'll see how good he is. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm some big believer in Jazz Chisholm. I'm going to wait and see. But the Yankees gave up something that hurts to make this move.
Yeah, giving up Augustin Ramirez, Jared Serna, and Abraham Ramirez, that's a very, very big package for what God, Pete, you I
didn't say nothing.
Yeah, you did, the way you looked at me. But that's a lot to give up for Jazz Chisholm.
It does feel that way, as this is now coming out from AA hitting coach for the Yankees, Kevin Martier. Martier, does that sound right? He might be a generational player. Not many guys at his age can make contact as much as he does and also hit the ball as hard as he does with elite bat speed. He's an outlier for sure. That is talking about Augustin Ramirez. And again, I've reached out to Augustin already, and my comment was very, very simple. I hate saying it, but it's probably the best thing that can happen for your career. I think he's going to be a guy that, God, 20 plus homers at the major league level for him seems like it's very, very possible. To me, for a guy like a Goose, right? Immediately jumping up. I think that's really possible. So the Marlins got...
Hold on just a second. Hold on. I might have some.
If there's any Marlins fans out there that are excited, if there's any Marlins fans out there that need to be excited about this trade, be excited about Augustin Ramirez, I think he has a chance to come up probably pretty damn quick. I think he has a chance to come up pretty damn quick probably to help their club out. So you guys got a good one, man. Andy Martino is also now reporting that the Yankees once again have scouts at the Rays and Reds game. Now, just so everybody's aware, that doesn't mean a trade is happening. The Yankees send many scouts out to many teams to watch at this time of year and throughout the year. So that doesn't necessarily mean something is happening, but I would certainly keep an eye on the Rays. I don't know if Los is still in here, but I wonder if a Rays deal could potentially happen. We know some of those names they're interested in, so we will wait and see here. We will wait and see. Yeah, because they fleeced Cashman. Look, it feels that way right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens at the end of the day. Let's see what happens. Let's see what Jazz is here. Do I look at Jazz's numbers and go, oh shit, let's go? Not really. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see exactly what happens and what those final moves are that are going to be made. We're gonna find out pretty soon. Reds got good bullpen pitchers too. You are right about that. They do. This year is different with Soto. Very true, hitting guy. And look, December 6th, when the Yankees made that trade, you know what that meant? we're in it to win it. There is no bowing out now. We got to go in there and try to win this damn thing. And I'm happy to doing that. Jazz to the Bronx. I'm good with that, but we need more moves. According to what we're hearing, they are working on another one. Perry says Baltimore down 4-0 in the fifth. Mac Miles says Yandy just pulled from the game. Is that true? Hug watch? Do we got a little hug watch action going on here? Dane, Yandy Diaz pulled from the game. What is it? What is it?
I think you might be real happy, Pete.
Dane, don't fuck with me.
I'm not.
Isaac Paredes also pulled? Get out of here. You guys bullshitting?
Willie Montero and somebody else are two guys the Rays really, really like. And those are players that they would target.
People are saying that Yandy was pulled, but I don't see him. I don't see that he was pulled.
I don't know about being pulled, but I know that they are heavily discussing his name right now.
Yandy's batting right now. Stop it, you guys. Trying to get me fucking excited over here. Stop it over here. And Yandy hit in the air to left field and deep. It's a home run. Yandy Diaz with a jack job to center.
Did he really?
I'm not joking. I just did this live. That's what it could be right there, folks. Yankees, if you're watching, that's what it could be. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it.
That would be interesting.
Oh, Dane, I tell you what. So you're here. What are you hearing exactly? That that's a possibility?
Uh-huh. That they are heavily discussing a deal with the Rays.
Well, the Rays deal makes sense. I mean, we've been saying that for a while now. Pete was about to Chiz over Diaz to NYY. Chiz? Is that the new one instead of Jizz? I don't know what the hell's going on here. Mario, I called the home run live. I just called the Yandy Diaz home run live, and he ain't even a Yankee. Pete's out here completing side quests. Yes! Yes! Who got it like the U, baby? There's nobody like the U, I tell you. Dane, let me ask you something. Do you ever hear me and go, these fucking New Yorkers are obnoxious? I know you have to at some... Okay.
No.
I was giving you a chance to clown on me a little bit.
Yeah. I'll pass.
Nice. I love you.
I know.
Love you, son of a bitch.
I love you too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But we're going to see what happens, man. We got over 1,000 people in here, guys. Smaggy that likey. Hitty that subby like you never done before in your life, baby. We're going bananas over here. Yankees out here swinging deals. Oh, I can't get over it. Dane, if Yandy Diaz becomes a Yankee, I'm not kidding, man. I'm literally breaking through a fucking wall.
I think that you would.
I mean, I'll be real with you. I'll be happy too if it's Isaac Paredes. I'm a little concerned about the super pull happy, but I'm okay with that.
Have you looked at Jazz Chisholm's baseball savant?
Yeah, I got it right here. Let me pull it up. Right here. A lot of those balls to right field, the homers at Yankee Stadium.
They sure are.
A lot of those doubles.
They sure are.
Oh, God. Are you guys starting with the somebody followed the Yankees? Guys, who cares about that? That doesn't ever mean anything. But yeah, that's the Savant page right there. And look, here's what I'll just say about whoops, I just put me on there. Whoops, my bad, guys. Here's what I'll just say about the Chisholm deal, right? There's a lot of people that are skeptical. I think that is very, very fair. He's been a guy that hasn't been on the field a ton. I think that's very, very fair to point out. I think it's also fair to point out, too, and say he's also never been protected by a guy like Juan Soto, which is probably the way the Yankees are going to go about it. I think that's also a fair statement. So let's see if this makes him a better player. We're going to find out. Jason Brown says, my mom just followed the Yankees. Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, look, hey, she might be playing third base tomorrow. She's probably better than LeMahieu. So who knows? Carlos says, next Ryan McMahon and Scooble, bro. That ain't happening. That ain't happening, fam.
No.
We don't have enough to get both of those guys, put it that way. We don't have enough.
Not without including Jason Dominguez.
Yeah, you need Dominguez in that deal too. David says, Dane, question. If you had to trade a Jones in a package, who would you consider trading him for?
Well, it was Crochet until those comments.
I can't believe he said that. Is he out his fucking mind?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, and he's going to pitch the whole year in the rotation now. So he's going from like 54 innings to 160, 170. He's trying to guarantee a payday. And you can't really blame him.
No, I understand that, but it's so weird. Years ago, you never get away with that shit.
No.
Years ago, you never get away with that shit, man.
No. I mean, you usually only hear that stuff in the NFL, that I'm not going to play without a contract extension.
Yeah.
I've never heard that in baseball before.
Thing, yeah. Who would you, I mean, if Spencer Jones was to be moved, what would make the most sense right now?
It would have to be a starting pitcher that had long-term control. That would be the only thing I could really see moving Jones for. And I have no problem.
I don't see Scooba being moved, right? I don't think Scooba's going to actually be moved.
Unless it's Jackson Holiday, Sam Basallo plus. I just don't think so.
That's what I'm thinking too. If it's anybody, that's where it's going to be. Jason Brown, again, my guy, says, my mom is better than DJ. That's a fact. I'm right there with you. I actually believe she is. I don't know your mother, but I believe she is. But to be serious, think about Chisholm for real. Who has he ever had around him? De La Cruz, Cooper, Arise for a little bit. I can see Jazz doing great. I don't disagree with that. That's what we're saying here. I get Yankee fans having a concern. I think that's fair for fans to be a little concerned about this deal. But I do agree with that. Juan Soto protecting Jazz Chisholm if the Yankees do indeed lead him off, which I think we all agree right now he should be. Yeah, man, I think that turns the Yankees into a better team, and I think it probably gives them a very good chance of being a much better player. And you look at the Savant page again, there's a lot of balls right here that are homers at Yankee Stadium. I mean, a lot of those doubles that you're seeing in the right field, those are home runs at Yankee Stadium. So, and matter of fact, I think you can actually, let me pull this screen back up, but let me scroll down. I think you can see how many would be homers at Yankee. Yeah, there you go right there. So Jazz Chisholm, based on Baseball Savant, would actually have 19 homers right now, is what Baseball Savant says. Instead of the 14 he has, he'd have 19 with the New York Yankees. So you're looking at a guy, again, that has a real chance here to improve his overall numbers when it comes to playing for the Yankees. And we'll see what else they do. But again, I got that video out a couple of days ago that I really do believe that the best way to improve this offense is to get two infielders. And there's a chance we might get both of those moves today.
I go back to what Carlos said about Willie Montero saying he's been dealt, and that means that there's another deal there.
Yeah, let me clarify. Let me get some clarification on that. I'm going to get a little clarification on that because that's interesting. What happened with Diaz? Nothing. He hit a home run. Some people were trolling saying he got taken out of the game, but he didn't. He hit a home run and I got to call it live, which is just, of course that's going to happen here. Of course I get to call that one live, but it is what it is. Isaac Paredes has been struggling quite a bit. I think this month he's hitting under like 150 or like 150 something, but maybe that has to do with him also playing a lot more first base. I don't know if that's maybe an issue for him. He's usually doing well at third. But as of now, there has been nothing else. Let me see here. Curtis Mead was just pinch hit for, but Curtis Mead typically only plays against lefties, so I'm assuming they brought a righty in, and that's why Richie Palacios came in to hit. So I wouldn't look too much into that one, but I just pulled it up here, and Kyle Malay said it in the chat. That's not something I will look too much into.
Me either. So
Los is saying he does not know if Montero was traded. He's gonna try to find out now.
Okay.
Confirm that. He's not 100% sure if he was moved. But yeah, again, guys, I wouldn't look too much into that one. What's up, fam? Is this the 24-hour stream? No, the 24-hour stream is on Tuesday. 24-hour stream is on Tuesday, and that is for Ton of the Towers. We'll have that going on Tuesday. So nothing. This is just a stream because the Yankees made a deal, and there's a possibility they may have another deal coming up. And we are just waiting to find out what that is. But again, if you are just joining us, the Yankees have gotten Jazz Chisholm. That deal is done. Marlins received Augustine Ramirez, Jared Serna, and Abraham Ramirez. According to Dane and what I know about at least the first two guys, it's certainly a pretty hefty deal.
Yeah, that's a lot to give up.
Going to Miami.
Abraham Ramirez looked like one of their better players in the FCL all year. But he really didn't have... Go ahead.
Sorry, it's just another one from John Heyman. It's about the Orioles, though. Aggressive Orioles are still pursuing pitching after acquiring Zach Eflin and Sir Anthony Dominguez Friday. Tariq Skubal doesn't seem likely at all to be moved, but if the Tigers even consider it, the prospect Rich O's are sure to be involved. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. We got a couple of super chats here. Kyle Malay, he says Mead has been taken out of the game. Mead usually comes out of games if a righty's pitching. He usually only plays against lefties as it is, so I wouldn't look. You never know, but I wouldn't look too much into that one. King Dre says, Dane, when is your photo shoot for Playboy, you sexy guy? That's truly what he said. I didn't make that up, I promise. I didn't make it up. I promise you I didn't do it. That's exactly what he said. Guys, listen to this. We hit 31,000 today. We're closing in on 31,050 already. We're 3 subs away from doing that. I say let's get to 31,100 before 6:15, 6:30. We could do that. Because we got a game coming up at 7, guys. So I'm gonna be we're gonna be hopping off here at about 6:30 because Game Season Live starts at 7. I'm probably gonna get Mario and Kev on a little early just in case. So we'll have you guys going with Game Season Live. I'm gonna be in the chat the entire time. I'll also be doing the post game show. Brian says a better team is upon us, and NYYU is forever goated. Well, that's what we've been saying, and I understand. I understand there's a lot of people out there that want us to be negative about certain situations, but the fact of the matter is, we're not ever looking to be negative. We want to cheer this team on, as we did the whole first half. But the one thing, Dane, that we have discussed is we knew this team is probably going to get better offensively. But again, it just comes down to, can Clay Holmes finish off games?
No.
Can Clay Holmes finish off games? They're probably not going to go out there. Maybe they do get a guy like Suarez and he becomes the closer. I don't know. But we know Clay Holmes nobody's comfortable. Even the people, the calculator boys that was going, hey, he's Mariano. Stop it. Stop the madness. Stop the nonsense. We know he's not closing out games, right? We understand that. We know that if Carlos Rodon doesn't be the guy he was his last outing and the first 13 outings of the year, they're not going to win anyway. They got no shot. You can't just win it with one damn guy. With Garrett Cole, and he hasn't been that good. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done still on this team to actually win. But when we sit there and go, they're going to get better offensively, and people get mad, we're just telling you the truth. We're just telling you the truth, and I think you're starting to see that. You're going to see that probably over the next couple of days, that the Yankees should be a better offensive team. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. But I think the Rays are the teams to look at. I think it makes a lot of sense. I again go back to the Angels. The Pirates, we just always seem to make trades with the Pirates at some point.
And it would really not surprise me if Alex Verdugo has moved. He has been a bad player for the last month. And they would just bring up Jason Dominguez, and Trent Grisham just slots into that fourth outfield role.
I mean,
it makes all the sense in the world.
It does. It sucks saying that because a couple of months ago, we wouldn't say that. Because he was so fucking good, bro. He was so good. And I hate this. You know why? Doogie, and there's a little selfish reason here. Doogie's one of the first Yankees that are actually on the roster that have followed NYU. Doogie comments on our IG posts. He's been a cool fucking dude to us. But guess what? At the end of the day, look, we keep it real here. It's about the performance on the field. We want the Yankees to win. Doogie's always going to be a guy I'd root for after this because I like that a lot. But at the end of the day, I want to win with the Yankees. I want my Yankees to win. And Jason Dominguez is the guy that needs to be up here. And if that means that you got to move Verdugo, then you got to move Verdugo. It's that simple, bro.
And they might as well get some kind of return for him while they can, because he's not going to get the qualifying offer. So why not get maybe an A-ball kid, maybe two?
Bro, but same thing for Gleyber, right?
Right.
Doesn't make sense. Don't let Jazz Chisholm be in this role of playing all over. Let Jazz Chisholm be in that role. Oh, I forgot about that too. Look, one of the big pieces of the early rotation for this team was Clark Schmidt, and he's expected to be back in August.
Absolutely.
So, never fucking know. Maybe this team makes some crazy ass turnaround and actually does it. Who knows?
Well, we've been saying for weeks to judge this team on July 31st.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
We did a show the other day and we were talking about looking at that lineup. They have 3 or 4 guys on there that have been cut by multiple teams this year. That lineup is just absolute trash right now. But you add a Jazz Chisholm to that lineup. You add a Jason Dominguez. You add a Giancarlo Stanton. That lineup gets a lot better in a hurry. And then the bottom of your lineup immediately improves with Wells, Volpe, and Rice going down to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. No, that's right. 100% right. 100% right. 100% right. It looks like the Yankees, let me see. We might have another move. The Rays and the Yankees, we might have a move. The Yankees are in serious talks to acquire Pete Fairbanks. Yep. The Yankees are in serious talks to acquire Pete Fairbanks from the Rays. So obviously it looks like a Rays-Yankees move just made all the sense in the world. And they may be getting Fairbanks. So
that would go a long way to solving that closer problem.
No doubt about it. So Pete Fairbanks is looking like that could be the deal. That's coming from Randy Miller. And again, we've been sitting here saying that the Rays and the Yankees make sense. I highly doubt that Roderick Arias would be going for Fairbanks. Cocaine Banks. I got my guy. Cocaine Banks is going to be a Yankee. I can't freaking believe this. He's having a pretty decent year. I wouldn't say an elite year. He's having a good one. 3.19 ERA, 36 innings, 34 Ks. Does have 19 saves for the Rays. I don't know how quickly they may consider making that switch of those two guys, but that would be pretty interesting to watch.
You know, we've always talked about, you and I, that Holmes is probably a better setup guy than he is a closer.
No question about it. And I just want to be clear here. I want to be clear on something here. We have never said we don't like Clay Holmes.
Right.
We've just said Clay Holmes shouldn't be the closer of the New York Yankees. And maybe you're right. Cocaine Banks comes in. He becomes the closer potentially, and the team could look a whole lot fucking better.
I know they were looking at Duvall and Fairbanks, and I think that Fairbanks probably makes the most sense.
Joel Sherman is also saying the Yankees have had interest in Jack Flaherty over the last couple of days. So that's word around the industry that the Yankees are aggressively shopping, and the ideal deadline will be at least 2 bats, which is what we've discussed, 2 bullpen arms, Perhaps the addition of Chisholm allows them to use Grisham or Gleyber Torres to find a relief arm. Doesn't make sense Grisham. It makes sense Gleyber. Gleyber should be the one that is moved.
Right.
In my opinion, Gleyber should be the guy that they actually end up moving. And if the Fairbanks deal does get done, we'll wait here for it, guys. But again, that is coming from Randy Miller. Randy Miller has not been one of my favorite or Yankee fans' favorite reporters out there, but he's saying he's hearing that the Yankees are in serious talks to acquire Rays closer Pete Fairbanks. Dane said this before Jack Curry said it, that he was told that the Yankees were closing in on another deal. Curry then came out and said the Yankees are looking to work and finish off another deal, and now Randy Miller is targeted towards Pete Fairbanks, as I call him, Cocaine Banks. And I would welcome that addition. I think that would make a lot of sense for the Yankees.
It would. And, we've been reluctant to move on from Clay Holmes, but getting Fairbanks would solve that problem. And I believe he's got control through next year, doesn't he?
Correct, yes.
So,
and Dane, one more update on the Chisholm deal. And this is what I was just telling you guys, but this is now confirmation from Jim Bowden. Jim Bowden says the Pirates and the Royals both had catchers headlining their deals, and they went with the Yankees offer. So they went with Augustine Ramirez as the main guy. And I'm always going to be a fan of a Goose. He knows that. I already reached out, and I really hope he gets a quick chance, and I hope he puts up some crazy ass numbers for that club. He's an awesome guy. He's just an overall good human. And I definitely want to see him succeed. He works very, very hard. He has a great family. So I really hope he succeeds over there.
I do too. I think he's going to make the Yankees regret this trade in a couple of years because
he might do it this year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, not guaranteed. You never know. He might do it this year.
Look at that strikeout rate. Look at that walk rate. You don't see that from guys that hit the ball 120 miles an hour very often.
Yep. Stellar says, I like Doogie too, man, but let's be real. He was always just a filler until Dominguez. 100% correct. 100% right, man. You're 100% correct. You're not wrong at all about that. I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. That is the truth. David says, if we got Jack, I think it'll be cool to hear his father talk on the games he starts. That's not his dad.
No.
John Flaherty's not his dad.
No.
Yeah, bro. I'm pretty sure that's not his dad. Is it? Now you got me thinking. I don't think that's his dad. I gotta double check this. Because I don't think that's his father. I don't think John Flaherty's his dad.
I think it's spelled differently, isn't it?
I think it is too. Yeah, I think it's completely different. It's not. All right, yeah, everybody's saying this. I didn't think it was either, but everybody's saying that already. Apparently Bob Klappich is also saying that the Yankees are working on the deal for Pete Fairbanks. So it looks like this Fairbanks deal is likely going to be what it is. Damn, man. Why can't we just get one damn more? Fairbanks signed a 3-year extension in 2023. That makes sense. So if this deal is close, I'll just tell you guys this right now. Unless the additional player is Ahmed Rosario, which I doubt, he's the only other guy that has come out of the game.
But that wouldn't surprise me either.
That wouldn't surprise me. I wanted him in the offseason, remember?
Yeah.
I made a video about Ahmed Rosario, but I thought that would make sense. But everybody else is still in the game, guys. Yandy Diaz is still in the game. Lowe is still in the game. Paredes is still in the game. The only other guy that came out of the game, like I said before, is Ahmed Rosario. And some people are saying that Jack Curry is saying that the Yankees are talking to the Rays about Well, I guess that's already what we said, what we heard. Paredes, Diaz, and Fairbanks. But none of those other guys are out of the game yet. So if that deal is close, you would assume it's a straight up deal just for Fairbanks. I'm hopeful right now that it's not. I'm hoping that they do have Diaz or Paredes in the deal, but what I'm looking at right now is both of those guys are still in the game. Now Diaz is DHing, so
Right.
I mean that does make it a little different. But as of right now, all I know is that what I'm looking here at game day is that they're both still in the game and
How is Rosario's season going? I know he had a
good.
good stretch.
He's hitting over 300. Yeah, he's hitting 312. He's been a beast with a 759 OPS. He'd be huge for us.
That's your other piece.
And I think he could play third base.
He does. That's your other
so
piece.
he plays third, he plays second. So yeah, I think Ahmed Rosario will be solid for the Yankees. I wouldn't be upset about that if that's who they got. I think he only signed to a what did he sign for, like
deal.
$1 million? I think he signed for
Three.
like $1 million though.
No, it was
3
3
million? All
I
right.
think
So right
so.
now it's worth 1.25, 1.3.
Yeah.
So shit. Yeah, I'd be more than okay with that. And of course, then Gleyber Torres gets moved. We'll see. We'll see.
Sure be interesting. I would not remind that Rosario move at all. I think that makes a lot of sense. That's somebody the Yankees targeted this winter, but they didn't want to pay that. So they get him in a trade.
Well, no, the problem with Rosario was he wanted to start. That's why he didn't go to the Yankees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wanted to start. They didn't have a starting spot open for him, so that's why he didn't go to the Yankees. But he did mention that the Yankees were after him, but they couldn't promise him. Same thing with Kike Hernandez.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah, Kike Hernandez had the same exact thing. Yuki, what's going on, Yuki? How you doing over here? How you doing over here? What's up, everybody? Again, thank you to everybody hanging out with us. We have passed the 31,050. We're 48 subbies away from 31,100 already. Unbelievable. Yankees out there swinging some deals. They may have another one locked in here momentarily, of course, for PD Fairbanks, also known as Cocaine Banks, as I call him. So we'll see what happens there. And do the Yankees actually go out? Let's say they make this deal, Dane. I'm going to ask you the question, and I want to hear what you say.
Okay.
Would he be the closer for the Yankees?
Yes.
Wow.
Has to be.
Wow. O's are down 7-0. This has to be a good day for the Yankees. We got to win today.
Yeah. I'm the more and more I think about the Rosario deal, the more it makes sense because I think they got their big piece in Jazz Chisholm. They wanted a second infielder. Rosario was a target. You get Fairbanks and Rosario. It's going to cost something, but it's not going to cost you Roderick Arias.
Yeah, definitely not. Roderick Arias wouldn't be involved in that. I mean, just from me thinking about it right now, I'm trying to think who could potentially be available. Now, we do know that the Yankees lineup is out already. Verdugo's in right field. I'm just going to name some of the names that we think could be moved. Gleyber Torres is at second base, which I got to believe Gleyber Torres is going to be moved. I mean, I really do. I got to believe Gleyber's being moved. I don't see how he wouldn't be. Especially if they add another bat and if they're talking to the Rays and if a bat is involved and if Ahmed Rosario's in there, I mean, I think he takes over at third base and you got a brand new infield. Rosario, Volpe, Jazz, and
Ben Rice.
Ben Rice for what it would be right now. So this is interesting, man. This is interesting. Fairbanks is a guy. It's crazy because I always liked Fairbanks. For some reason, I just didn't know if Fairbanks would be the guy they would get. But with no confirmation yet, you're waiting. And guys, do me a favor. Everybody in the chat, we have about 1,000 people in here. If you guys see Yankees Farm right there, that is Carlos. Do me a favor. Click on him and subscribe. He is, of course, part of NYYU. That is Los, Dane's co-host on the Farm Report. And, of course, Carlos does just amazing work. Please, guys,
Absolutely.
do me a favor and subscribe to Yankees Farm. We're trying to get him to over 3,000 subs. Let's go ahead and do that. Hit that subby on Yankees Farm. If you want to learn about these prospects, it's the place to learn about these prospects. So go ahead and
There's
hit that subscribe.
absolutely nobody better in this business than Carlos and Yankees Farm with these prospects. He gets video of all of them. And we have John Brophy working for us as well. And John does an amazing job. We have two of the best prospect guys that you could ever hope to find.
Yep. Let me sorry, I'm just getting a message. I'll respond to that here momentarily, but Dane, I want to put this on the screen real quick cuz can you guys imagine this for the Yankees? Just everybody just stay with me here. Look at the swing. Yankee Stadium. Think about that. That's all I'm going to say. But here's the problem. No, Rosario's been pulled from the game. And again, I don't know if that's confirmation of anything. I'm just simply observing what I'm seeing here. Dane, I'll just say this when it comes to Yandy Diaz, right? Here's how we could think about this real quick. If they got Yandy Diaz, what happens at third base? That's my only problem. Do they really feel that Gleyber could play third? Because I think that's a fucking nightmare. That's a nightmare scenario. You do not want that dude at third base.
We saw him at shortstop.
Play third?
That report earlier, they were talking about that they feel like he could play third. That to me, I don't like that move either.
I would just leave him at second base, bro. I would
just give him the keys to the position.
It doesn't make sense. Gleyber's not coming back. It makes no sense in the world to keep him around here. It makes no sense in the world to keep him around. I don't understand that. Scotto just says Efros is getting lit up at Scranton right now. Bottle of Pepto says Gleyber at third. Yeah, bro. He has the throw up emojis. I am not a fan of that at all. I'm not a fan of that at all. Patrick says, where did cocaine nickname come from? Guys, it's a joke. He always has really big eyes on the mound. So and he's like he never blinks. So I just called him Cocaine Banks. This is the first thing that popped in my mind.
Right.
I'm not saying the guy does cocaine. Obviously he doesn't. It's a joke. it's
MLB
a joke.
Would know if he did.
Exactly. I just call him Cocaine Banks because he never seems to blink. So that's all. That's where it came from. Let's take a look and see if we have any other things updated over. Just the same stuff with Jazz Chisholm. Nothing really new here. Let me see what this is here. Wow, that's interesting. That is really interesting. So this is from Tom Kosensky. I know you might recognize him from Twitter. Very, very good follow on Twitter, by the way. He says about the Pete Fairbanks trade. This is really interesting, actually. If it is true, and it appears that it is, he has a nerve condition that flares up in cold weather. That doesn't work if the Yankees actually go deep into the playoffs. I wonder how they would manage that.
See, but that makes all the sense in the world. Think about Joey Gallo. They don't do their advanced scouting like that. That's scary.
Yeah, that's strange, man. That is really strange. That's interesting. I mean, but you're right about that because the Yankees didn't really dig into advance. I mean, this seems like it's more public knowledge than what was going on with Joey Gallo. So
right.
I'm assuming they'd obviously have an idea about that. Brett says, wish my friend Dixon Maez a happy birthday, Pete. He's a big fan of yours. Fucking
is that from Alexander?
No, Brett Walden.
Oh, okay.
Listen to the name. Dixon Maez.
Yeah. I caught that early, but
how do you catch it early and you don't tell me? You just let me.
Can you see a smile on my face and turn bright red?
Unbelievable. Hey, yo, what are we doing over here? This guy over here, Dixon Maez. Trying to have a normal chat. It's the type of shit we got to deal with over here. And Dane over there just smirking, laughing about it. I'm over here being made a fool of in front of the whole world to see. They're all laughing at me over here now. Guys, we'll be live for about 20 more minutes. And then we're going to be live for the game. So if there's any news that breaks during the game, we have it covered for you anyway. So don't worry about that. But we will be, again, we're going to end this stream at about 6:27, 6:28. And then we're going to wrap up here. We're going to get everything going for a game season. And bada bing, bada boom. We'll be ready to go. We are sitting at 31,056 subbies, guys. Again, thank you to everybody. Appreciate you guys so much for all the new subscribers today. Truly, you guys are absolutely the friggin' best. You guys are the best. Let's see what happens to Fairbanks in the cold. I don't know what it is, Dane. Maybe you could elaborate a little bit on that.
It's a nerve condition. If it's some people will have nerve conditions that act up in the heat. Some people have nerve conditions that act up in the cold. Obviously, New York's a little bit of a cold weather state, especially in the playoffs. That might be a little tough.
Let me put this in here again. 1 second. I just wanted to tweet that out again. NYU app, we got it coming soon. Don't worry about it. We got it coming soon, baby. I'm telling you, I ain't playing about that app. We getting that damn app, Dane. We getting that app.
I know we are.
So let's see. We don't have nothing else yet when it comes to Fairbanks. We're still waiting on that. David again says, what do you guys think we trade to get all the players we need first before we sell players like Gleyber or anyone else? Well, look, man, they're not going. Let me just be pretty frank with how it would work. They wouldn't add two infielders, and specifically maybe even just Jazz alone, without knowing they can move Gleyber Torres.
Right.
They would be sure that they have a deal in effect, or that a team was interested enough that they would take them before they would make moves like that. Macho King says, let's fucking go. Trash Can finally woke up out of his coma and made a deal. Yippee. Now fire Baboon and get a closer. PFA La Pukester. Oh yeah. Stay macho. Mach out. Absolutely love it from Macho. You guys already know the dealio. I'm sorry. I'm still getting messages over here. Up. If Yankees get Pete Fairbanks from the Rays, AA slugger Tyler Hardman would be going into Rays deal.
That makes sense.
So Tyler Hardman's name is being mentioned in a deal for Pete Fairbanks. Randy Miller does say now if that happens, so we'll see. Ahmed Rosario was just removed from the Rays. Yep, that is correct. And Randy Miller is also saying that he mentioned that Rosario was removed. Is he headed to the Yankees? So again, if it's Ahmed Rosario and Pete Fairbanks, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm very, very happy about what the Yankees have done already. And we talked about this for a little bit. We said that the Yankees don't just have to go out there at the deadline. They got to win the deadline, and they'd be front and center right now winning the deadline if they make this move.
Yeah, they would. It solves a lot of problems. It fixes the infield issue. Rosario is a good bat. He's a decent defender. It makes a lot of sense, and they get a closer that they desperately need.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that, man. I'm a big fan of that. I would much rather one of my other guys, of course, being Yandy Diaz, of course, being Isaac Paredes potentially, but Ahmed Rosario has been pulled from the game, so that is confirmation. When you start to put two and two together, we never know what the real reason could be. It could have been something very simple, but let's remember one thing. Ahmed Rosario is hitting .312 this year. He's one of the better players on the Rays this season offensively. He also got a .759 OPS. So he's been really good. So you don't necessarily assume that a guy like him is going to be pulled out of a game. But what I would say is, it is also interesting how he left and got pulled from the game when apparently things were heating up with Pete Fairbanks.
Right.
So if they are closing on something or they feel it's close, they would pull him out of the game. That's how it usually works. So interesting. I'm going to pull up Ahmed Rosario here too, because I do want to see how much he's actually played third base. He's been playing a lot of outfield this year for the Rays. I don't know how much third base he's played overall, even when he played for the Guardians. I feel
Played
like he was
shortstop.
he always played short, so he's always been on the left side of the infield.
He's got the arm for third base.
Definitely. And I'm actually gonna look it up right now to see what the exact numbers are. If I had to guess, he's probably played a little bit at third base, I would assume. Here we go right here. So Rosario's last time he's played third base, we got to go back. No, this year. He's played third base this year for the Rays. So he's played, oh shit. He's played 99 innings at third base this year.
There's your third baseman.
So he's played 14 games at third base this season. So there you go. I mean, you'd have a guy that could immediately fill in there. And in his career, that's the only time he's played third is this year for the Rays. So
What are you hearing about Flaherty?
I haven't heard anything about him. Besides the one thing that had been pulled out here, I haven't heard really anything too much about him at all. Sorry, guys. I'm going to get your super chats here, too. I'm just getting a shit ton of messages here. Oh, Dane. Yeah, you're good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you can go. You can go. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right.
We appreciate you, Dane. Thank you so much for dropping by.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, brother. No doubt. Sorry, guys. Dane had to just jump off, but we appreciate him coming on here and hanging out with us. We're going to wait and see what else we got going on over here. Let me see. I think we had a couple of super chats that I might have missed. Who do we miss? I know there was one here. Who do we miss? Jason Hahn. Pete, I'm happy with the Yanks today. They haven't won 2 games in a row since 6-12. Big props to you for this rough stretch. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Truly appreciate it. Vladdy, this kind of feels like we passed up on a brand name for a store brand item. Are you talking about Jazz Chisholm? If you're talking about Chisholm, I don't know about that. Let's see what this guy does with some of these other guys behind him. That's going to be pretty damn intriguing, I think. That's going to be intriguing. But again, guys, you guys got me for about another 20 minutes. And then we're going to hop off. Like I said before, Ahmed Rosario does play third base. He's played third base this year. You go ahead and pull up his Baseball Savant page. Yeah, I know it's not the sexiest thing in the world, but people got to remember, guys who do not strike out a lot and have a bit of a higher average, a lot of times you see these type of numbers. You've seen this with Luis Rengifo. You see this with a lot of guys that put the ball in play more. But Ahmed Rosario would add, he adds contact to the team. He adds speed to the team. He's been he has a great arm at third base. So there's a lot of good there. Oh no, Scotto, I understand. I understand a lot of the concern of Jazz Chisholm coming here. I get it. But the only thing that I would say is you got to remember, he's being protected by better players now. Is that going to make a world of a difference? It could be. Again, you look at his Baseball Savant page, instead of the 13 homers or 14 he has, he would probably have about 19 with the Yankees. So we got to wait and see. To see what he does. We did give up a lot to get him, but now we wait and see what happens. We are 3 subbies away from 31,060. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going, baby. As there's a real possibility, I never thought this was actually possible this year, that by December, we might hit 40,000 already, and that is absolutely wild. So I thank you guys for that. Jorbit Vivas, interesting enough, is playing second base tonight in AAA, and Oswald Peraza playing third base. Just throwing that out there. You never know. They are also both in the lineup today. Let's see. Jeff Passan says that's something with Danny Jansen. Nobody cares about that. Nothing else really out there. Let's chat. Let's just talk with the chat over here. Let's talk with the chat over here. Ramirez hurt. He's gonna bite us in the ass. Ramirez who? Oh, Ramirez hurts. Auguste. I get what you mean. Yeah, Auguste does hurt a bit. That one definitely does hurt a bit. No doubt about it. I'm there with you on that one. I am there with you on that one. But at the end of the day, we got to see what happens, man. All I told him is that it's best for his career. You know, he's a guy that, you know, constantly, you know, spoke with me and the team, Kev, Los. And yeah, man, it's best for his career. It's no doubt about it. It's best for his career. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him in that regard. Interesting enough, if there's going to be anything a little more interesting, do you guys know what name is missing from AAA's lineup today? Jason Dominguez. Jason Dominguez is not in the lineup today for AAA. So he DH'd yesterday, and he's not in the lineup today. Does that mean that Dominguez is on his way up? Possibly. Could very well be. Could very well be that Jason Dominguez is maybe even getting a day off, or he could be being promoted. You never know. Cracklenut says, report from Sharon Head said Yankees are looking at India from the Reds. Who the hell is Sharon Head? Is that real, Cracklenuts, or you breaking my balls over, eh? No, I don't think they're going to trade Jason Dominguez. I guess you never know. I guess you never know if they're going to trade Jason Dominguez. I don't think they are, but we've been told that they're not interested in dealing him. All right, so that's going to be the new thing now in Super Chats, to put stupid names in there, okay? That's what we're going to do. That's what this great channel has come to, putting dumbass names in the chat, okay? That's it. I'm going to start just banning everybody, blocking everybody who does it, all right? Let's grow up, OV. Vladdy says Pete, Rosario, Diaz, and Paredes. I don't know why, but it feels like bargain bin shopping. Nah, bro. How can you? Diaz is bargain bin shopping? Come on. No way. That's definitely not bargain bin shopping, man. Not at all. Not at all. Those guys are a lot better. Those guys are a lot better than bargain bin shopping. That's a lot better than bargain bin shopping, guys. No doubt about it. Randy Miller has been the one that's been on the Pete Fairbanks stuff more than anybody. But we haven't heard anything else yet. Darius Glover, who is a regular in our Discord server, and he's also saying that Aaron Boone did say that Jason Dominguez may not be playing every day to start. So that's also a possibility. Crackle Nuts, it's all good, and there you go. You throw it in there again. I tell you, unbelievable. This is this is what it's about here, I guess now. This is what it's about. We're still waiting on any update from Randy Miller. I don't want anybody to leave us. Let me reach out to my team real quick, guys, because I got to get Mario and Kev ready. I'm going to see if we can get them on a little earlier. I'm going to see if I could get them on a little bit early. Maybe at about 6:50 or so. We're going to wrap up this show in about 15 minutes. And we'll go from there so we keep the coverage going for you guys. According to Ray's outlet on X, Pete Fairbanks has left the field. Yeah, man. I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense to that ends up being a deal. I just wonder if there's going to be a player attached to him also. I like Pete Fairbanks, good pitcher and funny personality, but it doesn't make sense for the Yankees. All right, so I don't really care about that right now. This is coming from Brian Hoke. So Brian Hoke is throwing water on the Pete Fairbanks situation. Nothing is close with Pete Fairbanks. So that's why we get a little concerned when Randy Miller put stuff out there, because Brian Hoke is now saying nothing is close with Pete Fairbanks and the Yankees. So nothing is close as of right now. So we're still waiting on that to see if something happens there. But he is saying right now that nothing is close in that regard. Now, if you remember, Jack Curry's also stating that the Yankees are pushing hard to finalize another trade. We're assuming that it's something with the Rays. It could be something else that we're not hearing, but it could definitely be something with the Rays as we'll continue to update you guys. Mario and Kev will be joining a little early. They're probably going to join at about 6:50, so we're not going to have a huge gap here. No, Carlos is 100% right. I never fully trust Randy Miller. I think Bob Klappich said something regarding it too, though, but he's not wrong about Randy Miller. Randy Miller is not one of the main guys I'm always, worried about here. Randy Miller's been a little bit off. Jason Adam I would love Jason Adam. I would love Jason Adam. Jason Adam got good stuff. Somebody just commented, a Fairbanks Diaz deal will hit like crack. I'm right there with him. I would love that damn deal. I would love the Yankees to do that deal. But we're still waiting over here. Yuki Matsui. Appreciate you guys for subbing to Yankees Farm. Go hit that subscribe to Yankees Farm, guys, if you have not. I'm telling you, over here. Go do it. Yandy will help this team so much. Yes, he would. Yandy would be extremely important to the New York Yankees. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that a lot. I would love Yandy. I love Ahmed Rosario. I liked him in the offseason. I thought he made sense for the Yankees. But the Yankees didn't like it, I guess, in the sense of, well, he didn't like it because he wanted to start. Vladdy says, nah, not Diaz and Paredes. I mean Rosario. Oh, okay. Bro, Rosario's having a really good year. Rosario's having a really good year. I'm just saying. Rosario's having a really good year, man. The Yankees trade. This is from Randy Miller. The Yankees trade for Rays closer Pete Fairbanks, and I hear they want him and are trying to get him tonight. He surely would immediately go into the closer role with the struggling Clay Holmes becoming a setup guy. So I don't know what to believe when it comes to Randy Miller, but Randy Miller is saying if the Yankees trade for Rays closer Pete Fairbanks, they're going to try to get him tonight, and he would immediately go into the closer role, is what they're saying. I see you mentioning Tommy Pham. I have no interest in an outfielder. Jason Dominguez is the guy. Jason Dominguez, to me, is the guy. And you move on from Verdugo, however you do that. All right, we already saw that, so we're still waiting here for anything else. Again, guys, thank you to everybody who subscribed today, man. We got so many of you. We had 1,000 plus in here almost the whole time. You guys are friggin' amazing, man. We're 6 likes away from 600. Let's get there. Best chat in the planet right here at NYU. Nobody like us. Nobody like the U, baby. We're not ending anytime soon. The game is coming on. We're going to be live at 6:50 once I sign off. We'll be right back at it, guys. We're going to be right back at it. We will be right back at it. Randy Miller got everybody hyped, but then again, Jack Curry did, and Dane did also, because Dane said it before Jack Curry tweeted it, that the Yankees are looking to finalize a deal. So we'll see. Let's see. Is this something new? Okay, Brian Hoke just kind of threw water on the Fairbanks deal. Tariq Skubal takes the mound in Detroit. So he's still on the mound today. Looking back at the Rays game, yeah, it's still only Ahmed Rosario's out of the game. Nobody out for the Reds. Everybody is still in there, including Jonathan India. Everybody's still in there, so nothing changes there. Christopher Morel? That ain't going to happen. That would be awesome, but that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. Oh, let me see. What is this? I don't care about that. Sorry, guys. I'm just double checking all these other messages I got here real quickly. Give me a second here. We got another super chat here from David. Since Toronto seems to be sellers, would you take anyone from them? It depends on what it is. It depends on what a deal would actually be. Wait a second. Is Vladdy playing third base? Nah, that had to be an old clip. That had to be an old clip. Oh, is that today? They got Vladdy big ass back at third base? Ain't no friggin' way. Yeah, Vladdy over there at third base today. Look at Vladdy over there playing third base. They better get him to the Yankees. Oh, we need that deal, baby. Vladdy out there playing third. You better make that deal. Sign the contract.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
Hey, funny thing for you guys real quickly. If anybody is new and they don't know what we do here, we call every New York Yankees game, it's called Game Season Live. Tonight, it will not be me. We're going to have Mario and Kev, a team from Bronx or Nothing, doing the call in the game tonight. It's going to be great. I'm going to be in the chat the whole time with you guys. But we are about 6 minutes away from me wrapping up this live chat. We're going to go ahead and wait until about 6:50. Mario and Kev are going to be live right after that. It's gonna be awesome, man. We got you guys covered the rest of the night, so you have nowhere you have to go. Just leave NYU on, and we're gonna have all the coverage for you guys that you need. You don't need anything else. You don't need anything else, man. It's all here for you guys. It is all here for you guys. Interesting that Vladdy played third base, though. That is pretty interesting that he played third base today. I mean, shit, if the Yankees ever got him, I tell you what, you talk about a team that is really looking to win. You can't deny it at that point. I mean, if they also added Vladdy, you can't deny that they really want to, try to go out there and get this damn W. That would be a big move. That would be a really big move. That would be a big, big move. Let me see something, man. I think that's everything here. All right, cool. Pete, Yankees going to be a Dominican team. Whatever wins, bro. I don't care. Pete, he's played third base a few times this year. I had no idea. I just saw him there now. I'm like, wow, look at that. Nice. Rumor of interest in Mike Yastrzemski. I haven't seen that anywhere yet. You never know, but I have not seen that yet. I just don't see Toronto selling. Yeah, them trading Danny Jansen. I don't think that's a sign of them selling. Jason Brown again says, Fairbanks, don't get me too excited. He's better than Holmes. You better believe he's better than Holmes. You better believe he's better than Holmes. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. He is certainly better than Holmes. I agree with you on that one, man. Again, guys, I just want to keep updating you all to let you know that, again, we are going to be live here. We're going to end this stream in a couple of minutes, but we're going to be right back with the Bronx or Nothing podcast. Not the Bronx or Nothing podcast. Bronx or Nothing team is going to be doing Game Season Live. That's going to start at about 6:50. So keep your eyes open for that, guys. VKM says Yankees should acquire Vlad to play third and Chad Green in the pen. And Vlad did come up as a third baseman. Yes, indeed, he did. I just didn't know he was playing that much. I had no idea. He was playing that much. I didn't think Vlad was actually playing any third base this year at all. So to see that he's actually played a little bit of third is actually pretty surprising, in my opinion. That's pretty surprising. I didn't think we'd see him at third base. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me double check something here. Where did that go? Where did that go? Oh, right here. Okay, there it goes. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, Ove. There we go. Okay, nothing new there. Heavy trade for Vladdy. Prospect loss would be huge. I agree with that. The prospect loss would definitely be huge. No question about that. No doubt about that. Vlad would be insane. You better believe he would be. David Thompson. Yeah, man, it would cost a lot. No question. Paulie sack of balls. What's going on, my guy? Paulie. Yankees got to go out there, get Fairbanks, and shut the damn door.
Shut the door!
Yeah. That's exactly it, baby. That is exactly it, baby. That is exactly it, my guy. Let me see something real quick here. I don't think there's any additional updates. Yankees have interest in Jack Flaherty, and that is according to Joel Sherman. We know that already. And I don't think there's been... I'm sorry. Oh, God. Yo, tell me this wouldn't be the best pickup ever. Look at this dude. Look at Cocaine Banks. Oh, we need Cocaine Banks. Look at him. Look at this guy. Come on, man. Tell me you don't want this guy on the team. Look at him. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a poot. Look at him. I want this guy in the Yankees, damn it. Oh, I tell you what. Let me tell you something. I want this guy on the Yankees, damn it. You look at that face. Oh, man, he's ready. He's ready to go, I can tell you that. So, guys, I know this is pretty sad. We are going to go ahead and wrap up today's stream right now. We're going to be back in 20 minutes. I promise you, we are going to be back in 20 minutes, if not sooner. I'm going to get Mario and Kev set up, guys. Is Wisdom from Chicago a possibility? I guess anybody's a possibility, but I'm not sure about that. But we are going to wrap up right now. Mario and Kev, guys, please join us. Join us for Game Season Live. They're calling the game, but if there's any news breaking, they'll be there. I'm also going to be in the chat. So make sure you guys are there. We'll be back for Game Season at 6:50, 19 minutes. We're coming right back. Don't leave. Hang out for a minute. Join back in with NYYU. We got you guys covered all day. We're also going to be live for 24 hours on Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. We'll be right back, guys. See you in a couple of minutes.
It's heavy. Famous love. Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go, down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots around my neck. Self-respect, when you out of line, you put yourself in check. They don't hear me, they don't hear me though. Cycles going round and round and round like a merry-go. Stand for truth, or fall for any old scenario. That's why I keep my circle smaller than a Cheerio. Cause it's the company you keep. Stay woke, please don't get caught sleep. End up sowing what you reap. Know your worth, and don't sell cheap. The ghost is inside of me, can't take it out of me.